Yeah, and it's my mom. Hang on a minute, this will be fun. Mom, I'm gaming right now!
Yes. Yes, you are.
Mom, I'm gaming right now! With my friends, Mom!
Hey, don't do that, me! Hey, I'm here too!
Mom! I'm gaming with my friends! What do you want?
Hey,
And I'm streaming, Mom! Mom!
I'm hanging up.
I love you, Mom.
Only 5 minutes left. A fire team that fights together stays together. Double down. Tell them to line up faster. Fantastic work.
Oh my God. I didn't just do that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I think Marv would have been very proud of me in that moment.
I have the holocron. See here. You didn't make it, Grease.
Here? Did you get out?
Ah! Ah! I don't know what happened there. Wikipedia for me, but I have a Wikipedia. And I hate it. Oh wait, is that an empty? Tell me that's an empty suit. Okay, it's an empty suit. Okay. Oh, but I don't like the music that's playing. I do not care for the music that is playing right now. And there's a lot of ammo around here. I could have swore that was somebody hanging there.
Which
And
should be the upcoming update that's...
What the hell is that?
that is Barry. Barry. So you gotta say hey to Barry.
So is this the haunted house in the Halloween season?
More or less.
And they just keep all their
just keep going along.
other
You're doing
prop?
fine. You're doing fine.
Oh, what was that? What is that? What the hell is that?
What was that? I don't know. You tell me.
What was that? Okay, yeah. You know what? T? you know I will get you for this.
Yeah, I know.
I will get you.
Bullshit! You're the one, dude. You're the one that took me to TWA at night. I don't want to fucking.
well, I missed this.
All right. Anything on your EMF?
Do you want to play ball with me? Okay.
We are off and running, chat. Here we go. All right, Phil, move forward. Now, Phil, I will tell you right now, I will not leave you alone in this game. Open this door, Phil. Open this door to your left.
The one that I'm okay.
Yeah, the one on the left. Okay, walk in there. And read what is on the portrait, Phil.
How was that? Was that you?
No.
Because I didn't read anything, and I just heard a noise.
No, just
Magna.
This is awesome.
That switch does not seem to do anything. Exactly. It just shuts off the armor.
Oh, no, it shuts off the armor.
Alright, let me see if there's a switch over here.
Be one.
These switches here.
That was not us.
Again. Alright.
I think I heard Sabrina say mom.
Huh?
What?
She didn't
I thought
say
you were in
anything.
another room.
No, she didn't say anything.
Did you not?
I heard that.
I thought that was.
I thought that was Serena. I heard Mom. Me too.
I heard it too.
It wasn't.
That was not a real person.
I'll tell you what, I know, I'm gonna take a seat over here.
Maker.
Maker. You're probably told not to speak to strangers. And that's fine. That's fine. My name is T. And over there's my...
Was that you squeaking? Ooh.
No, that wasn't. I heard that.
Yeah, that's now I hear you squeaking.
I heard
What was that? It
I
sounded
don't-
like a voice.
I don't... It did.
Yeah, it wasn't your. Cause
No,
I
it
hear you
wasn't me.
squeaking
It
now,
wasn't.
and it doesn't
Nothing got
sound
caught in
like
my throat. There was. I marked it, but it was a mumble. Did you heard that, right?
100%.
Cat, I swear, are you really doing this to me? Are you seeing this? Ah! Damn it, Cat! Don't. Oh my God! The cat. You little jerk! Man! What did you do to my game, Cat? I swear to God.
Is that still going off in there, Tina? I would like the cat balls. Someone needs some cat balls.
What was that?
Someone needs some cat balls. You have.
What is that? What is that? Do you hear that, Pip? It's a very wow. Hang on. It's a very rushed. It sounds like a rushed whisper.
Someone needs some cat balls.
I'm now slowing it down to 175. I'm hearing turn around. Does anyone else hear that? Which is ironic when you think about it, because usually people say, "Oh, all theaters are haunted." I don't think all theaters are haunted.
Well, this one's definitely definitely.
I mean, something's.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
They're just not talking to us right now.
they're just not talking to us right now.
You want to go into the green room?
But I ask you, since when does an actor never want to talk about themselves?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's me, Twitch Dad, and I'm here. Yeah, this is where it starts to get super creepy. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be, chat. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be. So there you go.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Okay. Glad I got that out of my system. Overriding it could destroy my software, but I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer and the consequences it would bring. I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. Thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity to hold on to the past, but I see futures in companions and you. Here, let me take that off of you. You were my friend, the very best I could have asked for. Oh, damn it. This is gonna be another Last of Us ending where I cry, isn't it? I'm tearing up already. Oh. He's headbutting him. Oh. Oh, my heart! Oh, my heart! Oh. Oh. Why am I crying in a video game? Oh my god. I did it, hon. I did it, hon. I am. Finished Stray. Worth every minute. Worth every minute. I'm gonna move your butt just a little bit. There you go.
What?
I wonder if she's pregnant.
She does look like. I was just wondering if her belly was a little bit big.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be why she's hungry.
That might be.
So, Jack, you are upset that Wesley fought for Virginia, fought against his own people from Gettysburg. That must have been aggravating.
Did you just whisper? Did you just whisper?
Keep going. Everything you got. Oh, I don't know. I'm worried. He's back at red.
Come on.
Oh no.
Steve
We got him.
Saylor? Steve Saylor? You did it! You did it! Congratulations, Steve Saylor! You just picked up your second seal. That's a motherfucking raid seal. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
I fucking love it when T gets hyped.
The teammate entirely of your clan. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
Yeah, you just saw 80 inches of me touching my nipples on your wall. You're never gonna look at your wall the same way again. Okay. Still got a little bit of time. If you're just getting here, our new friend, Cypher King, is hungry. What should they have? Go on ahead and vote. Vote often. Make sure to do that, because they are currently relying on the Monster Mash. So, God help them. Hey, everybody. So good to have you all here. It's time to get weird. God, I'm so excited about it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm particularly excited about this particular Grim Gazette, but yeah, we're about to get weird, everybody. It's going to be a good night, provided the cat doesn't screw things up, as he is, prone to do. But, oh yeah, look at that. He even turned down my alarms. He even turned down my alarms. There it is. The winner's pizza. The winner is pizza. Pizza, baby. Order that pizza. Now, I don't know what you got in your area. I do not know what you got in your area there. But and you even ordered pizza yourself. So there you go. It's funny because I just had pizza myself. Oh my God, I love this. I freaking love this. Whose is that? It's a global emote? Oh my God. Pineapple on pizza's a global emote. Let's go. Freaking love that, baby. I freaking love that. And by the way, Big Marvinsky, for God, man, 60 some odd months. I mean, I just, I wish you knew how to quit, you Big Marvinsky. Hell no, I don't. Hell no, I don't. Because here's the thing, Marv. There are a lot of brands. Under the Highland Park label. And let me tell you something. I've never had the label that you got me. And good God, that is going to be, I have a feeling that is going to become one of the staples that Phil and I go to when we have a sit down. Any recommendations, though? Not veg, only non-veg. All right, so here's the pizza that I had tonight. It had roasted red peppers, it had pineapple, it had ham, and it had steak on it. Oh, and it had a barbecue drizzle on it. So that's what I do. There you go. Well done. Well done. Well done, Gamer Cat. Proud of you. This is Gamer Cat, everybody. As you all know. Now, Cypher's new. So, Cypher, this is our OG Gamer Cat. This is Benedict. Benedict with a K. And, yeah, he just gave you that little, he gave you that one. He gave you that one. Mwah. How you doing? How you doing? Benedict, have mercy. Now, you got to be nice to Cammy, okay? You've got to be nice to Cammy. We love our Cammy. We love our Cammy, okay? I haven't even, careful. Okay. I haven't even finished the hype yet. So let me see. So I got Phil Rossi there. Paranormal, weird news. Let's just say. I got weird in there already. So we got weird news. Thank you. Thank you, Gamer Cat. This is his way. He basically paces. He paces and he closes stuff on my computer just because he can. For frig's sake, Cat. I don't know what you have against me streaming. Don't even. I have a camera dedicated to the tree and you choose to sit on top of my PC trying to turn it off. He has done that before, by the way, chat. For those of you who are new to the stream, yes, my cat has not only turned my computer off while I've been streaming, he has also turned the stream on when I've been out of the house. And people are like, T, why are you live? And I go, I don't know. Why am I live? Why am I live? Because Gamer Cat decided he would have his own stream. You are so proud of yourself, aren't you? Would you like your treats now? Would you like your treats now? Give me either a meow or a slow blink. Would you like your treats now? Benedict? Now he's being coy. Hope everybody had a good extended weekend. At least those of you in the United States, hope you had a good extended weekend. And give Gamer Cat a stream. Cypher, I already have. Even against my will, I already have. Now, the reason why Cammy, everybody, if you're curious, the reason why Cammy is a little nervous about Gamer Cat is because Gamer Cat actually banned her for no reason. There it is. Thank you, Secondhand. Thank you, Secondhand. All right. Let me first do this because I also need to finish doing my hype because I got some new hype stuff here. I've got new live notifications. which I'm very proud of. Let's see, like the new live notification. These will work nicely. You would not be the first. And since you caught most of the stream, you did see that we are not just a Gamer Cat household. We've got quite a few cats in here. But let me go to the dedicated cat cam and let's feed our guy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah.
Shuttle.
So for those of you new to the stream, I'm assuming the stream is looking okay. I'm getting that unstable again. Not sure if that's a commentary on my stream or on the streamer, but as far as I know, everything looks good on stream. I'm observing from two different locations. Everything looks good. But for those of you that are new to stream, we have more than just cats here. I know though. That's the thing. I do feature cats on stream.
He's got cats on stream? God, what can't T-Monster do? I'm not even being facetious. This is like a really good stream.
So yeah, we got cats on stream, as you see here. Benedict got his treats. Now let's see how long he stays there. Probably not long, because he is that kind of a cat. He's looking down, currently in his curl, and he's just saying,
"There's no treats here." Hello there. Hello there. Maybe there are treats up here? No, there's no treats on here. There's no treats up there. No treats. Man sitting over there. And he's doing the voice, isn't he? He's doing the voice. Hi, chat. Hi, chat. I'm Benedict. The OG gamer cat. The only gamer cat. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to have a sit over here. And I'm just going to keep an eye on Dad. Because you see, here's the thing. If I come over there, he's going to toss me away. Because he's watching me. He's watching me. And I just checked. There are no treats above me. There are no treats here. He needs to be looking away. Once he looks away, that's when I strike. That's when I strike. Look away, Dad! Look away!
Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. But thank everybody. Thank you, everybody. Oh, how are you, Aurelus? Good to see you. Good to see you in stream. Thank you for that lovely comment. I'm gonna be responding to that comment, but thank you very much for the comment. That was a good ST session that we did. For those of you who are new, by the way, to the stream, how you doing, everybody? My name is T. You can call me T, Tim Monster, or Twitch Dad. You look behind me and you'll see a lot of Destiny stuff because I do play Destiny on stream on occasion. But here's the truth of it, everybody. I also do a lot of paranormal stuff on this stream, and one of the things I do every Tuesday night, I do something called the Grim Gazette. This is your weekly dose of weird news, paranormal, and just overall spooky content. It's more like my magazine, and this will be issue 17. You can catch some of the older episodes. I do need to go back and edit 2, but now I got to go now and edit 3. We do this on YouTube as well, but we only go live on Twitch with its recording. We do it live, and what you're going to see is you're going to see me set up part 1. You'll see me set up part 2. I'll sign off on both, but that doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. Okay, doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. It just means that I'm doing that for the YouTube audience. Anyway, yeah, I know he's looking around. He's looking around, and he's determined to find some treats somewhere. Yeah. Cypher, get yourself some. I knew you'd make it up here. Cypher, get your pizza, my man. Get your pizza now. Don't you turn off my stream, cat. He does this weird thing. I've actually got a space over here, chat. I've got a space for Benedict to just settle in and just chill out. He's either going to choose this spot right here in front of me, or he's gonna go over there, or he basically goes up there. And now you're going to see the camera move. When you see the camera move, it is nothing paranormal. It is absolutely and entirely gamer cat. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, we do a lot of paranormal stuff on this channel. Thursday nights we do footage review. Friday night we play a little Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, and then we have our Monday and Saturday, which are my gaming days. Father, I choose violence. Yeah, no kidding. A lot of these cats in here choose violence, but yeah, it's been a pretty solid start to the week so far. But this Tuesday is actually a Monday if you think about it. Although we do have some good news, we now have content scheduled all the way up to the end of June. I just have to start getting some more stuff finished up, and then we'll have the buffer back the way we intended it to be. And also in good news, I should be securing this week our filming of the Belmont Farm Distillery show, and that will be in fact filmed live. Well, not live, but it'll be filmed on location with Chuck so that we can show him the evidence. That's going to be fun. That is going to be hella fun. And I'm looking forward to it because it's Chuck. It's Chuck. It's a boy Chuck. So I hope you all will come back for that. We're really excited to have Chuck on the show. He was a delight. He was an absolute delight. And so tonight, as you all know, is the Grim Gazette, which means, yes, we'll be opening it up for some Q&A during the Paranormal Deep Dive, which will be happening at the end of near the end of the evening. We'll be doing that and making sure that we have communication lines open and all that good stuff. I'll talk a little bit about what's coming down the pike for Old Spirits. I've got some places that I think I really want to seriously consider that we head up to and we road trip out to. So that's going to be. Is everything good? You good up there? Okay. So we got a lot. We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot on the plate, and I'm very excited to be bringing you all some weird news, some paranormal debunks or paranormal analyses, as I like to call them, and then finally doing some type of paranormal deep dive. Remember, you too can contribute to the Grim Gazette by going to our Discord, and when you go to the Discord, you can. After you get registered and everything, you can always go to the room called Grim Gazette. And if you've got a weird news story, if you've got a clip that you want me to take a look at from an analytical point of view, I'd be more than happy to do that. You can put all your submissions over there. And if you want to find out more about OSI, absolutely. Oh, Luna, how are you, Luna? How are you? Good to see you in the stream. Been watching you on the Instas, so nice to have you come in on the stream. How you doing there, Luna? Remember, you can also catch a premiere. You can catch a live. You can do all kinds of things over there on YouTube's. On the tubes of you. Look at yeah. Ever since they see now, I got to figure out if I can find a twerking ghost. If I can get a twerking ghost, I'll be all set. I'm about to start my first stream ever. How many sacrifices do I need to make sure there are no errors? Yeah. Spirit Wanderer, I got some bad news for you. If you are not making some kind of error, if you're not doing some sort of troubleshooting at least twice a month, you're not streaming properly. It's just the way of the beast, baby. It's just the way of the beast. It really is. I mean, here's the best thing I can suggest for you in that. And the reason, chat, also why that was brought to my attention, why somebody asked that question. Not because I'm a streamer and I'm a longtime streamer, but if you are familiar with Doug, if you are familiar with the streaming powerhouse that is Doug, you'll know that Doug kind of brought the pain, as it were, and introduced me to his community by actually doing some of the stuff from my book. And for that, we thank you. Doug has been great. Doug's community has become a part of the Monster Mash. And for those of you that are here right now who found me through Doug, thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here. I really, really do. You do not need to sacrifice any brothers or chickens or anything of that. What I would recommend, though, that you do is you take a deep breath. Make sure you have some sort of hydration close by. And take breaks. I don't know, Spirit Wanderer, how long you are, or even what you're going to be streaming. Just let me know. Or what are you planning to stream? Hit me up to that. Tell me what you think. Oh, thank you, Cammy. What are you planning to stream? Good. You have lots of water. Good. That's good. That's good. And while we're waiting for that delay, that lovely delay that I've tried to cut back as far as I can, Skyrim wants downloads. All right, so Skyrim, right. This and do you know how long you're going to be planning to stream? How long are you planning to stream? But yeah, the delay always kills it when we're trying to do some real talk back and forth. But the thing that I would say, I suck at RPGs. Well, I was going to say play to your strengths, but Skyrim is a long game. It is like Fallout, and progress is measured in weird ways in those types of games. It's an hour or two, maybe, if I don't get distracted. Okay, so fair enough. All right, so if you're doing what I call the short and fast stream, you should still set up a. Here's what I'm going to recommend you do. If you do what I call the drive-by stream, which is an hour or later, you don't necessarily have to. Excuse me. you don't necessarily have to worry about taking a break. Because, by the time you get your momentum, you're going to be probably wrapping up your stream. If, however, you're going 2 hours, do an hour stream, and this is your first stream, so do an hour-long stream, take a quick break. Don't stop stream. Just put up a BRB screen or something like that. Stretch, walk around your apartment, walk around your room. Just, get some blood flowing back in there. Then get back into the stream. And then, a 5-10 minute break won't kill you, won't kill your stream. I don't care what anybody says. If you are streaming for a prolonged period of time, can I DM you on Discord? All right, let me see. Let me see if I can. I should be able to DM you on Discord. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Well, first I got to find you. Hang on. There you go. And let's see. We'll do mic check. So, yeah, I would say make sure that you... There you go. Done. So, yeah, I've got a... I have a hard and fast rule that if I'm doing... I usually average between 3 to 5 hours when I stream, but I make sure that somewhere in the middle there I take at least one break. And I want to make sure that... I know there are some streamers that they literally rarely, if ever, take breaks. And... You really do need to treat even long form streams. Okay? If you're doing anything longer than two hours, you need to find those midpoints, give yourself a break. And keep in mind too, if you decide to do like a 6 hour or 8 hour stream, that's a full day at work. So you got to give yourself breaks in there all the time. Now I sometimes forget to do that. Oh, Arelis is having a tough time. Okay, got it. You got to make sure to make that time. You got to make that time and have it for you, because here's the thing you got to remember, Spirit Wander. Any kind of streaming you do, you are your most important asset. If you are not taking care of yourself, the stream's going to suffer. And I know there are people that believe in the whole, do the hard grind, 10 to 12 hours, 14 hours if you can. Yeah, that's metal AF, but I'm also of the mindset that is going to take a toll on your body that you don't realize. And the streamers that I really respect, the streamers that I go to and that I try to learn from, even though I'm the guy that writes Twitch for Dummies, available in bookstores everywhere, I also never stop learning. One of the things that I had to learn was a break is not a bad thing. If I get up from this chair and I'm like, I'm feeling every part of my body, I needed to get up and take a break. I needed to walk around. I needed to do something. So that would be my thing for you, Spirit Wanderer. And also, once you figure out like whether or not streaming is for you, that's when you start investing into the stream. You really start hardcore investing into the stream. But try it out first with the simple basic gear that you have. You're moving the camera, Benedict. You have my attention. What is it? Yes, I love you too. Thank you for the slow blink. Thank you for the slow blinks. I love you too. Would you like me to reposition the camera? Because it doesn't look like you're moving anywhere. Please hold. Please hold. All right. Pardon me. Pizza's coming back on me. All right. And there he is. I have a perfectly good tree here. And that's where he wants to stay. How you doing here, Scott? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my man. All right. Did I have anybody else? Did I have anybody else that I wanted to? I have a voicemail? I always get nervous. I love me some Star Strider. Inventory is full. Oh, wait. And I have a perfect response to that. Hold on a minute. Hang on. Purge. Sorry. I'm doing like the highest of nerdiest conversations with a friend of mine right now. So a friend of mine is doing she calls it 8-Bit Life. This is someone I'm doing a podcast with this summer, and her thing is that she does like little command lines as if she's writing or doing gaming of 8-bit yore, of like commands you would put in a computer. And the full thread. This is why I think Threads is actually kind of cool. She says, you're on a side quest to visit the mouse and explore other worlds than these. Command, go see dinosaurs. I then say, command, set reminder, Star Wars, you need a lightsaber. She responds, inventory is full. I went, command, purge. So yeah. I am not one for coding either, Cammy. The closest I ever came to hardcore coding, I taught myself JavaScript for HTML and website design. That is a dark period of my life. I respect the hell out of coders. Oh, that's your degree. I mean, yeah, let's go. Let's go. I recognize game recognizes game, and I just, for me, when it came to coding,
Hard no.
But I respect that level of I respect that level of knowledge and knowing.
Hallelujah!
I do.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Anyway, I know nothing. No, you know other things. They're just of a darker, more sinister nature. Anyway, it's hard to do. Coding is hard to do, but I respect it. Anyway, yeah. So tonight, what can you expect tonight? Well, if you're new to the stream, you can expect some weird news. I do have clips set aside, some that were submitted to me, some that were suggested by other folks, and then finally we've got the paranormal deep dive, which it may be just an open Q&A with everybody. This might be a shorter issue of the Grim Gazette because I know that there's still some editing I want to take care of and actually get started on and start reviewing. I have to start putting together part 2. Now, I will tell you this. I should mention this. The next show that's coming up, and you'll hear me mention this in part 2 of the Grim Gazette, issue 17. The Antietam shows are going to be very short. I'm just going to put that out there right now. The Antietam shows are going to be very, very short. In fact, I would say the Antietam show is going to be, that's the first time we've had 2 shows that are within the 30-minute mark. All right? So that's the bad news. The good news, part 1, and I'm going to stress that, part 1 of The Wayside Inn, yeah, that I tried to squeeze in as much as I could, and I still couldn't get it under an hour, and that's part 1. So part 1 and probably part 2, from the looks of things, yeah, we're looking at hour-long episodes. So you're getting short episodes for Antietam. You're getting and that's not including the bonus content that you get when you become a member of the channel.
Figured it.
I mean, I got some bonus content to throw in there. So yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening this month. And I just have to get going on it. I have to, because again, Phil has to do his mix down, and I was really kind of surprised that Antietam was an interesting place. When things happened, they happened, but it didn't happen a lot. I still felt the vibe, but this was probably one of those shows, one of those investigations that I really felt like we didn't find a lot, and that's okay. That's really okay. I can go into detail on that. Again, part 2 of tonight's Grim Gazette. I hope everybody had, though, a really nice extended extended weekend. It was nice. We've got a 5-minute paranormal coming up that Phil managed to put together. So it's nice to be able to turn the stage over to Phil. It's either, if you remember from last season, it was all me or it was me and Phil. But trying to get Phil to sit down and create the content, that was a little tricky. Phil knocks it out of the park, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm just going to let it happen. Actually, wait. No, I take that back. I think you'll be able to see what's coming next. Let me just double check. If I go to my channel, what do I see? So we go to the channel. Actually, no. It doesn't have it there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But it does have you can get your notifications. So if you do go to, and I'll just show you this real quick. If you do go to Old Spirits over on the YouTubes, you'll see that, yes, we have over here under Old Spirits Investigations, you can get notifications of our upcoming premieres for part 1 and part 2 of Antietam. And this is what I'm hoping for. I want to keep this momentum going. I don't want to have any downtime. I don't want to throw in any filler. And I think we're on track. I think we're on track to still keeping it going. Well, there's your infinity for the night. Whoa, no, I don't want that. Yikes. Pro stream, everybody. That's why I do the warm-up. That's why I do the hour warm-up, because I gotta get all the hiccups out of the system. I don't know. It's just been this weekend has been weirder than I expected. And that's the only way I can put it. I think I just feel a little lighter because I managed to finish up the mix downs of Antietam. I was able to get Wayside over to Phil. And it just, I don't know. I just feel like I've been in a nice groove, but it's also been sort of surreal and somewhat detached. Now I have been again going back to self-care for anybody that gets into content creation, not just streaming, but content creation on a whole. I did make some time for myself. I did give myself some self-care. Wife and I went out and we saw Furiosa. And if you missed my Just Chatting segment yesterday, the quick and down and dirty review of Furiosa is that it is brilliant. It is lovely. It is definitely a film like Dune. It should be seen on the big screen. The harshest criticism I've heard of it has been that it doesn't move as fast as Fury Road. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's because Fury Road and Furiosa are two different movies entirely. Furiosa is a character piece. It is about what created, the character of Furiosa. And yes, Cammy, do take care of yourself. Enjoy that therapy. We'll probably still be around, and you can always catch this in VOD. So you're golden. You're solid. But Furiosa is a character piece, whereas Fury Road, that is a full-on chase movie with maybe some character development and maybe some... I hate to break it to you. Same thing with Pip. Pip saw Atlas the other night. I walked in, I said, so how is it? And she's went, I don't like Jennifer Lopez. That was the entire review in a nutshell. And I get it. J-Lo is trying. Hello there. J-Lo is trying really, really hard to be Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron, she's in her 40s, closing in on her 50s. What does she do? She starts making action movies. Like Atomic Blonde and, oh my God, The Old Guard. Oh, I loved The Old Guard. And if memory serves, they are supposed to be making a part 2 of that. If you haven't watched The Old Guard, it's terrific, especially for fans of Highlander. Because, man, I love that. Back with the pizza, and you sacrifice the... I hope you didn't sacrifice it in the name of Benedict, because it's Benedict with a K. That's what I'm trying to remind people. It might have been an empty sacrifice, because there is no gamer cat named Benedict, but there is one named Benedict with a K. Do I watch spooky movies or play spooky games? Well, funny you should mention that, because you see, Luna, in October the plan is I'm going to be doing a lot more spooky games. I have a VR game that I have never played, and Phil gifted it to me. It's basically you walking through a haunted house. It's called Affected the Manor, and I've never played it. I can barely make it through the tutorial, but I'm planning to go on ahead, and I'm planning to figure out what I need to do to stream a VR headset so that I can go on ahead and do that for Halloween. There is also, by request, and I will probably turn it into some type of charity stream as well. But yes, I will be doing mortuary assistant. I will be doing mortuary assistant.
Hard no.
No, I promised Panic that.
Hard no.
No, I promised Panic that I was going to play mortuary assistant.
Hard no.
But there it is. I'm going to play mortuary assistant.
I suggest you let that one marinate.
I don't think I'm ready for it. I honestly do not think I am ready for it. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of F-bombs being dropped while I play it. And although I know it's a long way till October.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Yeah, go ahead. But I know that it's going to happen. Just come on in. I mean, you can stay until I get to the spooky there, Luna, but that's happening in October. And I was thinking about throwing into the mix around October Alien Isolation, but I know that my pulse rate went up when I was watching Pip play it. So yes, Aurelus. Here's the way I describe it, Aurelus. Mortuary Assistant is the game that scared Phil Rossi, the guy that got me into paranormal investigation, the guy who writes the kind of horror that keeps you up at night. The Mortuary Assistant scared him. So there's that. Do you have a recommendation for someone who hates horror movies and shows, but is willing to try horror books and games? Not for me, but for a friend. Not for me. Okay, I see what you did there. Sounds like that game can get a little crazy. Oh, Florian, if you've never seen Mortuary Assistant, that's a ride, man. That's a ride. Okay, so games for people that don't like horror, but is good horror content. Here's what I'm going to recommend, Cypher: The Last of Us, because I am not necessarily a huge fan of that genre. I'm not the biggest fan of horror. Now, here's why. I want to make sure this is clear. I like horror when it's good, like when it's quality storytelling, when it's something that pulls me in. And I'll give you examples of the kind of horror that I like. I loved Train to Busan. Train to Busan, in my opinion, is like a pinnacle of horror and action. I love me Train to Busan. Another great horror movie, Alien, the original Alien. It's a classic. And Aliens, I mean, that's the way you follow up a classic film like Alien is Aliens. And I'm going to also put this out. Train to Busan, you say, oh, man, Train to Busan is wicked good. It's a wicked good. Now, here's my problem with Nightmare on Elm Street. I wanted to like it more, but then it just kind of descended into, let's see what goofy, bad pun Robert Englund is going to say, and let's make it as gross and as over the top with viscera and gore and et cetera, right? So Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, I mean, it's a slasher film. It's a slasher film, and I'm not big on slasher films. I want something to either catch my breath or really scare me. Which brings us to The Others. Nicole Kidman, The Others. What a film. And after you've been paranormal investigating, that film slaps you harder. So I loved The Others. As far as the Stephen King stuff, Luna, I would throw in there a double feature because the second movie is so damn good. But The Shining and Doctor Sleep. And what makes Doctor Sleep so brilliant is that it had to be the sequel to two things at once. It wanted to be faithful to Stephen King's Shining, but it also had to be faithful to Stanley Kubrick's Shining. And my reason, I enjoyed The Conjuring House, but I just don't want to contribute anymore to the Warren cinematic universe. It's just no. I'm just not a fan of the Warrens, okay? Not a fan of the Warrens. I'm trying to think of some other really good scary movies that I've seen that okay. Now, this one here's I haven't seen Talk to Me, but I've heard really good things about it, Arelis, from Phil, as a matter of fact. He really enjoyed Talk to Me. But here's a movie that, let me see if I can find it. But you have to make sure you get the right one. Let me just see here. Okay. Now, this is where it gets complicated, everybody. There are two films called The Harbinger. They were both released in 2022, but this is the one you want to see. This is called The Harbinger, and it is an independent film. Okay? You know it's the right one because it has this icon here. It has this icon of the plague mask, okay? The plague mask, right? And I think the reason why this particular movie, I'm going to come out right now and say it is both movies in the same year, and they're both entirely different. But this one hits really hard. And it's a slow burn, and then once it kicks up, you just got to hold on. And what's so good about it is that this was the first horror film that I had seen set at the height of the pandemic, and I think that's what makes it even scarier. Just seeing some of the things they're doing, like they're wiping down they're wiping down their groceries. They're there's the person that lives on the same floor that isn't masking up. It's really, really close to home. And what made Harbinger so terrifying, it really was. And you kind of figure it out about halfway through the film. This is not necessarily a horror film so much as it's a commentary about all the lives that were lost during COVID. But it's done in the frame of a horror movie. And yeah, exactly, Luna, exactly. And that is why it is called Forget Me Not, because I'm not going to give away too much, but when you think about it and you watch the film, it becomes even scarier. So yeah, I highly recommend that. I highly recommend The Harbinger. But look for the one that's got the plague doctor, and its tagline is "Forget Me Not." Okay, so those would be the recommendations I would make. I am very, very picky about my horror films. of course, when I talk about the horror films, one of my thoughts on Lovecraft books. H.P. Lovecraft is a complicated dude. That's the best way I can describe it. H.P. Lovecraft is one complicated dude. And he wrote what I would call very highbrow, very psychological horror that was both ahead of its time and sort of so surreal that I didn't quite get it. And hello there. And I respect it. I respect it. And that kind of horror is really hard to adapt to. You know, Lovecraft Country was actually quite it was well done. It was very well done. Too bad Jonathan Majors turned out to be, you know, Jonathan Majors, but that's a discussion for another time. There's one more film I would recommend too. That is, it's a loving tribute to horror films of the late 60s and early 70s. And you want to make sure that you don't get Ouija. You don't want to get Ouija. You want to get Ouija Origins of Evil. Ouija Origins of Evil is shot, edited, and even costumed and lit like a late 60s, early 70s horror film. And it is phenomenal. And it's and that's the kind of horror I like. I saw the third Saw film, and I will never have to watch another Saw film ever again. That type of over-the-top gore doesn't do it for me. I prefer... I want the gore to be justified, not for shock value. So I'm not a big fan I'm not a big fan of the gore, but I'm a bigger fan of being creeped out. I mean, probably one of the best examples of creepy. And this will go back a ways, but there was a film adaptation, and the script was done by Ray Bradbury, who wrote the book. And it was Walt Disney and Paramount. And they did Something Wicked This Way Comes. And it introduced Jonathan Pryce to the American audience. And was the film terrifying? Was it scary? Not really. Was the film creepy? Oh my God, yes. It was that kind of movie that just made your skin crawl. And I love that. I love that experience in my horror films, but that's not necessarily horror for some people. You got to ramp it up, you know? So I've given you a wide, I'm not even bothering with Human Centipede. I'm not going there. I am not even, I saw one clip and I said, yep, I've seen more than enough. I have seen more than I need to. I mean, yeah, so I it sounds like I don't like horror, but this is the... So how about Tusk? You're killing me there, secondhand. You're just killing me. All right. Going back, though, a bit. So I talked a little bit about all the different horror movies and stuff, but let's talk about games. If you're not used to horror games, I would say start with The Last of Us, because that was my first honest-to-God horror game. And it's the kind of horror that I think I could handle. But I remember, too, it was the only game where I would have the start screen, press any key to start. And I'll never forget it. At one point, Marv said during the stream, he said, "We've been sitting here for 30 minutes. When are you going to start playing the game?" And it was because I was trying to work up the courage to press any key to start. And this was several hours into the game. I love me some Mark Ravinsky. I do. But that's where I would say is a good place to start. Yeah, I know. I had no idea Subnautica. I just thought Subnautica was kind of like an underwater thing. But then I was like, wait, this has got horror elements? I was like, oh, sure, it does. So, yeah, that was news to me. All right, I'm going to attempt one more time to get the cats in the tree because now Sebastian's here. And once we get started, we will get weird once we get back. Okay, so hold on.
That's what she said.
All right. Yeah. All right. Spooky, scary skeletons. All right, there you go. There you go. Guy up top, that's Sebastian. He's the big boy. And, of course, you all know Benedict with a K. There you go. Benedict getting extra snacks. He needs to put the weight on anyway. All right. So, everybody, as promised, we're going to be getting into the weird because we are here for a live recording of the Grim Gazette. We're here for a live recording of the Grim Gazette, so strap in, everybody, because you know what? It is time to get weird. And welcome, everybody, to issue 17. If I'm counting right, it is issue 17 of the Grim Gazette. I am your host, T. Morris. You can call me TT Monster or Twitch Dad, and I represent... I represent tonight Amy Bruni's Paranormal Circle. No, I actually joined Amy Bruni's Paranormal Circle during Penhurst Paracon. Check a previous issue for that. You'll see what I'm talking about. I am a member of Amy Bruni's Paranormal Circle, and I'm pretty excited because there's some nice bennies in there. But I'm also representing Old Spirits Investigations. We are a paranormal team that has just started this journey into the darkness. It is myself and Phil Rossi and a collection of family and friends that are all joining us for investigations. If you want to find out more about what we do at OSI, feel free to go and visit YouTube and look up Old Spirits Investigations. You'll find us, and we will bring you all kinds of paranormal goodness from there, ranging from reviews of events all the way up to live paranormal investigations to this, the Grim Gazette, which you can catch live on Tuesdays here at Twitch. But then I've got an edited version that I've got over there. So if you've missed any previous issues of the Grim Gazette, I got back issues over there. Now, what is the Grim Gazette? The Grim Gazette is your weekly dose of weird news, paranormal analysis, and some paranormal deep dives. Our lead story comes from none other than the Big Marvinsky. This is a guy who is a regular on the stream. He is also someone that I had an opportunity to take to Linville Manor for my 55th birthday, and that was hella fun. That was hella fun. But he is offering tonight's lead story, which is this. UK is running out of ghosts as old spirits are dying off, paranormal experts say. Okay, we are off and running, everybody. Paranormal expert and author Dr. Paul Lee believes the UK has been running out of ghosts as aging spirits are currently dormant or have moved on to the other side. There you go. If that doesn't wake him up, I don't know what will. All right. Britain is facing a ghost shortage as aging spirits are passing over to the other side. According to a leading paranormal expert, Dr. Paul Lee believes that the UK's spectral heritage is in serious decline, as many ghosts have been dormant or moved on. The paranormal researcher and author shared, since January 2020, I've been contacting all the reportedly haunted locations on my app and asking if the residents, owners, or staff have experienced any unexplained activity. He continued, so far I have almost 800 replies, and even some supposedly highly haunted places like Conserborough Castle in South Yorkshire, the Eddington Park Hotel in Stratford, said to be one of the most haunted hotels in the UK, and Fortnum and Mason in Piccadilly say they haven't experienced anything in the last few years. This is our guy, Dr. Paul Lee. Okay. Dr. Lee added that in 2020 with the Daily Star, but it does seem as though many famous ghosts are either dormant or faded away or moved on. He suggested it could be that a spirit had a natural source of energy to begin with, which has dwindled away over time, leaving them without the reserves to manifest anymore. However, Dr. Lee, who hails from Fairstead, Norfolk, and holds a PhD in nuclear physics, which makes sense considering that he is wearing the t-shirt that he's wearing, offers a glimmer of hope, stating it may be that ghosts can be recharged. He concluded, you sometimes hear stories of ghosts suddenly appearing again after many years' absence. The staff at Sheffield's iconic Meltdown Bar have called in a team of experienced paranormal investigators. Let's try that again. The staff at Sheffield's iconic Meltdown Bar have called in a team of experienced paranormal investigators after noticing lights and TVs switching on by themselves, along with a ghostly sighting. Following an increase in these eerie occurrences, the staff at Sheffield's Meltdown Bar sought the help of experts who conducted a thorough investigation of the potentially haunted venue. WAH Paranormal, the group leading the investigation, suggested that the bar's extensive history could be a reason for the supernatural activity. So, here's the thing. How you doing there, Mason? Good to have you in stream. Here's the thing about the Daily Star. I took a look. I was just about to dive into this when I saw some of the other headlines that are featured on the Daily Star, such as Asian Hornet UK invasion mapped as Brits told to do one thing if they spot one. Naked alien photos from 1986 show E.T. as white, lanky, and proud of his pecker. Brits face holiday chaos as Spanish locals threaten airport protest over booze. I'm an M&M's fan, and here's all you need to know about the 30 pounds summer beauty bag worth 170 pounds. And finally, experts try to lure UFOs to Earth with small handheld nuclear reactors. Yeah.
Figured it.
I'm wondering about the yeah, it seems legit. I know. I don't think Marv is trying to take the piss out of me. But I was trying to figure out, what do I back this up with? Well, how about we go from the Daily Star to the Beeb? Let's go to the BBC, shall we? Frenchtown reels from fortune teller scandal. The town of Agde on the Mediterranean. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. Town of Agde on the Mediterranean coast may be known for its beautiful sandy beaches and year-round sun, but it's also got a reputation for wild sex parties. Okay, yeah. This is top quality journalism from the Beeb. Top quality. The town is home to Europe's biggest swinger community. I almost thought that was swimmer community, but no, that's swinger. Swinger community. Tens of thousands of couples head to the town from across Europe every year to swap partners. Let's go. But right now, the town is reeling from an entirely new scandal, which has the rest of France shaking its head in collective bemusement and amusement. It concerns a local fortune teller and the town's mayor, GAZETTE. I have no idea if that's proper or not. A former Secret Service officer and police officer. Both are now in jail while under judicial investigation. The fortune teller, Sofia Martinez, faces charges of embezzlement, while the mayor is accused of corruption for spending a lavish amount of taxpayers' money on her. Ms. Martinez had a reputation for being able to speak to the dead. According to Mr. Diatura's lawyer, when the mayor asked her to put him in touch with his deceased father, she succeeded. While performing seances, her voice would suddenly appear to take on and change on the tone of the mayor's father. Over the past 4 years, it is alleged that she manipulated the mayor in person and by phone with remarkable ventriloquist skills. He received thousands of mysterious calls from voices of the dead, including angels, some of them urging the mayor to help the fortune teller. And that's where the corruption kicks in. The mayor is alleged to have paid for lavish holidays for Ms. Martinez and her family, including to Polynesia and Thailand, all using public funds. It is alleged that the voices persuaded him to hire several members of her family to work for the town council and also renovate her home. Local businesses with connections to the mayor did the work for free out of fear of losing future contacts with him. With all of the attention, the mayor's lawyer, Jean-Marc Darregade, has been turned into a minor celebrity overnight. It's a crazy story, he tells me at his office nearby Montpellier. It's incredible because you have a man in politics, mayor and former MP, who is very intelligent. And you discover that a man like that can be manipulated by a woman. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Let's be honest. But you got to wonder when the mayor was suddenly like, the spirits are calling in, and they're basically, the spirits are basically saying this. They're saying,
okay, this is your father from the other side, and I command you to take care of that lovely fortune teller, because, she needs a kitchen. Have you ever had her tapas? Her tapas are to die for. See what I did there? Now, listen. I want you to renovate her kitchen.
If your messages from the other side are talking about home improvement for somebody else, I just think that should be right there. That should be a red flag. Come on.
It's a trap.
But okay, let's just press on. Let's see what we got here. This is a woman who came into his life and said, "I can speak to your deceased father." She found a mental weakness in him and exploited it for personal gain. Okay, look, this woman's a fortune teller. She's not a freaking Jedi Knight, okay? I'm sorry, but that's all right. It took a long time before he accepted he had been conned, Mr. Darregade adds. But Ms. Martinez's lawyer, Luke, I'm not even going to try that, Abrakitewitz, has a different view. She has admitted betraying the mayor's confidence, but it's not a case of manipulation because she has owned up to what she did. And other clients, including doctors and architects, say she has mystical powers. She revealed details about their lives that no one else knew about. I'm very tempted to make a reference, but I'm moving on. I'm pushing forward. But let's just say it's a good thing that she had limited energy vicinity, because had that energy vicinity reached all the way over to the States, no telling what would have happened. Wizard, good to see you. Good to see you in stream. Got to watch that energy vicinity. Okay. The lawyers deny it, but locals say it all comes down to sex in a town. Hello there. Sex in a town with a lot of it already. At a Sunsplash Cafe near the town hall, one customer, Jean-Max, said, "I like the mayor. He's been good to me. He was tricked. Maybe he was in love with her." Another local added, chuckling, "For me, sex is at the heart of the scandal. Where there's money involved, sex is part of it too. They kind of go together." The far right has made significant gains in this part of France in recent years, One of the mayor's most vocal critics is Fabienne Varisano, a fast-rising local politician from Marine Le Pen's Rassemblement National Party. She has called on the mayor to resign. He can be generous in love with lots of different women. That's his personal life. But using taxpayers' money, that is a different story, she says. He has made a mockery of our town. A judge is keeping both the mayor and fortune teller in custody to prevent potential witness tampering. Ms. Martinez Ms. Martinez has been moved to solitary confinement after being assaulted at her women's-only prison wing, with inmates accusing her of witchcraft. Wow. I mean, didn't know that was still a thing, but there you have it. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Farsight, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Now, Wizard, I don't know if you've been here before, but this is the live recording of the Grim Gazette. This is my weekly paranormal magazine, so that's what's going on here. And well, there you have it. Okay, let's get back into this. So moving on, submitted by none other than Secondhand Souls, Ohio man plans to take a 2-person submersible to Titanic depths to show the industry is safe after the Ocean Gate tragedy. Now, this is not the submersible that's going down. Okay, that is not the submersible that's going down. But this is from Ohio. Frickin' Ohio, baby. An Ohio real estate investor. You already lost me. An Ohio State an Ohio I can't even read the damn article. I can't even read the damn article. And you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's a trap.
An Ohio State real estate. All right, I'm going to try that again.
It's a trap.
An Ohio State real. I just said Ohio State. I can't. 4 hours later. One more time.
It's a trap.
An Ohio real estate investor is planning to take a 2-person submersible down to Titanic level depths to prove that the journey can be carried out safely following the Titan sub's implosion last year. The investor, Larry Connor, told the Wall Street Journal, "I want to show people worldwide that while the ocean is extremely powerful, it can be wonderful and enjoyable and really kind of life-changing if you go about it the right way. If you want life-changing, you can just ask the people who went down on the Titan submersible, okay? That was truly life-changing for them." He's working with Patrick Leahy, a co-founder and CEO of the submersible manufacturer Triton Submarines. They aim to show that such an expedition can be carried out repeatedly and safely despite the implosion of the Ocean Gate sub in June, which killed all 5 people on board, including the company's CEO, Stockton Rush. And there's the guy. There's the guy who said, yeah, I mean, I've got a Bluetooth controller. I've got a couple of portholes. We good?
Hard no.
Yeah, okay. Leahy said that Connor called him a few days after the implosion and said, what we need to do is build a sub that can dive to Titanic level depths repeatedly and safely and demonstrate to the world that you guys can do that and that Titan was a contraption. Connor, who had been to the Mariana Trench, the deepest ocean trench on Earth, said they plan to do the journey in a 2-person vessel called the Triton 4002 Abyssal Explorer, named 4000 for the depths in meters it can reach. He did not say when the trip would take place. Oh, but we'll be watching. Oh, yeah, we're going to be watching.
Well, pitter-patter, let's get at her.
Leahy was one of many industry figures who criticized Ocean Gate before and after the disaster, accusing it of questionable safety standards. After the implosion, He described Russia's approach to persuading people to get on board as quite predatory. Others in the industry and the company also voiced their concerns. A former chief submersible pilot from the company said years before the fatal trip that he was worried Rush would get himself and others killed in a quest to boost his ego. The filmmaker and Titanic explorer James Cameron also weighed in.
Over there, I'm going to come talk to you.
Oh, I'm not going to settle down. I have a lot to think. I have a lot to think and say on this. This is almost like a follow-up if you think about it. Let's see. Oh, Cat, what did you do? What did you do? Excuse me, everybody, while I try to figure out what the cat did to the... There he goes. So I'm saying, perfectly good tree, right? A perfectly good tree on the other side of this of those bookcases. He has chosen to plant himself. Benedict is now center in my desk, and he is happy as Larry. There he is. All right. The filmmaker and Titanic explorer James Cameron also weighed in, saying he and some engineers had told OceanGate officials that using the Titan could lead to catastrophic failure. Now, as many issues as I have with James Cameron, I will say this. When it comes to the Titanic, and when it comes to the amount of dives one person has done on the Titanic, Cameron has a really good idea what he's talking about. And so, yeah. When James Cameron tells you, you might have some issues with this, I would say, listen to James Cameron. He has a pretty good hold on this. The waiver that Titan passengers were required to sign mentioned multiple ways that passengers could die and described the vessel as experimental 3 times. Previous passengers had also described errors, failed trips, and feeling unsafe. CBS News' David Pogue said his trip on the submersible was canceled after the Titan... let's try that again. CBS News' David Pogue said his trip on the submersible was canceled after the Titan reached 37 feet because of an equipment malfunction, while one diver who made it to the wreckage said there were multiple aborted attempts, calling it a suicide mission. Nevertheless, Rush and his company repeatedly defended the submersible and its design. You know who else came real close with this thing? This is also very telling. My man, my nerdy Indiana Jones, Josh Gates, he looked at the submersible and they were ready to take him down to the Titanic. And then he walked into that submersible, looked around, then immediately got out and said, yeah, I think I'm going to, put a hold on this until you've worked out some of the kinks. He didn't even dive in the submersible. He looked at it, saw it, probably looked at the Bluetooth game controller that was the steering device and said, I can barely get my phone to sync up properly and consistently on my car, and you want to take me down using the same technology to steer the thing. No, I just don't think so. Subsequent disaster raised concerns, with some experts calling on the industry to reassess taking people to such a remote location. But Leahy said he believed that OceanGate's problems weren't reflective of the wider industry, adding that class submersibles were considered very safe because of the extensive testing they undergo. Rob McCallum, a former OceanGate consultant who had warned Rush about the safety of the Titan, agreed with that assessment. In that sense, OceanGate didn't make the industry look bad, McCallum told the Journal. It made us look good. You can't play Fortnite on a submarine. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's some Subnautica stuff. I know, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. And Mason, by the way, thank you very much for that follow. I certainly do appreciate it. Certainly do appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So, how do we top going down? Well, how about we take off? Oh, wait a second. Man who ran through Virgin Australia plane naked and knocked over attendant. Yeah, he was arrested. So got that going for us, which is nice. And because it is happening in Australia, you know what's coming next. Australian police officers said the man knocked over an attendant during a sprint on a Virgin Australia flight from Perth to Melbourne. Here we go. A man who allegedly ran naked down the aisle of a plane in the middle of a flight has been arrested. Australian officers said the man knocked over an attendant during his sprint on a flight from Perth to Melbourne and forced the plane to turn around. Police were waiting at Perth Airport when the Virgin Australia flight circled back, and after being detained, he was transferred to hospital for assessment where he remains. Thanks for the accent. I hate it. Fortunately, it is a short article. It is unclear how or where the passenger removed his clothes. He has been ordered to appear in court on 14 June and has not been formally charged. Virgin Australia apologized to guests impacted by the disruptive passenger in a statement. This ain't GTA 5. I know, right? Nice little drive-by article there. Okay. And here's how we wrap it up. Here's how we wrap up our weird news segment. Mexican government says the arm of a 19th century mummy came off after mishandling by museum staff. Oh, dear. I mean, I don't know why I find it funny, but I do. It just... Here we go. All right. Whoops. Yeah, I know. Mexico City. I mean, at least they didn't need it. There is that. Yeah, All right. Here we go. Mexico's Federal Archaeology Agency on Monday accused the conservative governed city of Guanajuato, of mistreating one of the country's famous mummified 19th century bodies. The National Institute of Anthropology and History, INAH, said that during recent renovations at the museum where the mummified bodies are on permanent display, the arm of one of the mummies, came off. One might think the complaint is all about the dignified treatment of corpses buried around the early 1800s and dug up starting in the 1860s because their families could no longer pay burial fees. But in fact, the mummies have been on a somewhat grisly display in glass cases in a museum in that town, the capital of the state of the same name, and toted around a tourism fair for decades. Some were exhibited in the United States in 2009. What appears to be at the root of the latest dispute in a turf battle between the INAH, which believes it has jurisdiction over the mummies because it says they are national patrimony, and the town, which considers them a tourist attraction. The state and city are governed by the conservative National Action Party, which the Morena Party, which holds power at the federal level, considers it an arch enemy. On Monday, the Institute said it would demand an accounting of what permits and procedures were followed during the museum renovations. These events confirm that the way the museum's collection was moved is not the correct one, and that far from applying proper corrective and conservation strategies, the actions carried out resulted in damages not only to this body, the Institute wrote in a statement. It did not say what, if any, other bits of the mummies have fallen off. Oh my God. It appears that it's the bits part that scares me. It appears that this situation is related to the lack of knowledge about proper protocols and the lack of training of the personnel in charge of carrying out these tasks. It continued. The city government did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The preserved corpses were unintentionally mummified when they were buried in crypts in a dry, mineral-rich soil environment in a mining state. Some still have hair, leathery skin, and their original clothing. The Institute appears to be miffed because personnel in that town, not Institute's own staff, is in charge of the approximately 100 mummies. In part because they were mostly dug up before the Institute was founded in 1939, they remain under local control, something that has rankled federal officials in the past. In 2023, experts from the Institute complained that a traveling display of mummies could pose a health risk to the public.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Because one of the mummies appeared to have fungal growths. Isn't this how The Last of Us started? I just want to say, I think this was how The Last of Us started. It is not the first time that the extremity of a... I might have to read that again. I'm sorry. I might have to read that again. It is not the first time that an extremity of a long dead person became a national political issue. In 1989, the Mexican government weathered a wave of criticism after it removed the arm of Revolutionary General Alvaro Obregón, severed in battle in 1915 after being displayed in a jar of formaldehyde in a marble monument for a half century. Visitors said it had become unsightly, and so the arm was incinerated and buried. In 1838, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, who served as president of Mexico 11 times, lost his leg in battle and had it buried with honors. By 1844, an angry crowd that had accused him of treason dragged the leg through the streets of Mexico City and apparently destroyed it. You read stuff like this, and man, it's just...
Thursday is one of my days off.
Yeah.
My off days, I start drinking at noon.
Yeah.
You don't get to interrupt that.
Wow. I do love the crazy news, man. I do love the crazy news. Okay, everybody. That concludes our news segment. And now we jump over to the wonderful world of the Tickety Talks. Now, this one isn't necessarily paranormal, but it is a follow-up thanks to Secondhand. And once this girl gets started, you'll know what we're talking about. Here we go.
Do you guys remember that girl who was building a tunnel underneath her home, and then she ended up getting shut down because she didn't have any of the permits? Like, she was doing all of this by herself, but she got shut down because she got too big. She was posting all of it on TikTok, and so people found out, and they were like, you can't build a mine underneath your home. So they shut it down. Well, she showed back up on my For You page today. She's starting her castle now. So she was mining under her home to create a shelter, but then she was also using the rocks that she excavated out to build a castle. But she hadn't started that yet because she was focusing on the mine. Well, since she got like a cease and desist or whatever for the mine, now she's building her castle. And so in this video, she's like, well, time to start building. And she starts building it, and she realizes she doesn't have enough rock that like she herself personally excavated. So she's on the way to pick her friend up from the airport, and as she's driving back, she drives by a construction site and just pulls up and is like, hey, can I have some of your rocks? And they're like, yeah, okay. So she loads all of those rocks into the back of her vehicle, and now she's building a castle. So yeah.
So yeah, and that is our take on Tunnel Girl. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen it, you can always go back to one of our back issues of the Grim Gazette, and you can find it. It's the thumbnail of Tunnel Girl, and it says she delved too deep. We go deep into what this girl is up to, and I do believe, she does have a cease and desist, but she has also been putting up complaints on her Tickety Talks where, she's kind of upset that it's taking a long time for them to give me the approval to start my tunnel again. And she hasn't given up. I really don't think she has given up. But you can always look her up. It said she delved too deep, and you can find out all the details about Tunnel Girl. Now, this one I found this one, and I want to just dedicate this one to Marv. Here you go. Just, let's play that one more time in case you missed it. Yeah. The best part is She calls herself an engineer. She calls herself an engineer. She's a lot of things, but
No,
yeah.
No, God, please, no! No!
Oh yeah, she calls herself an engineer. And I'm not really sure what she
Paranormal.
I don't know exactly what she has her engineering degree in, but there we go.
Paranormal.
But she's not an engineer. She is a project engineer. She is a project engineer, but she is not. That does not make you a civic engineer. We talk about this in the previous episode. Feel free to take a look at the previous episode. And what are you talking about? You can still be a dumbass and still drive a train, T. Well, there's that. There's that. How are you, Rich? How are you? Good to see you in stream. Okay. Moving on. Again, submitted for the Grim Gazette. 3 paranormal videos you should never watch alone. Well, I'm not alone, so let's watch these paranormal videos and let's see what we can find out about paranormal activity on the Tickety Talks. Here we go.
Videos you should never watch alone.
Here we go. Number 1.
My daughter has informed me that there is a person in her closet that keeps smiling at her. Let's go see.
Open it. That's a person.
There's a person?
Yeah.
Can you show me where the person is?
Right there.
Is it Elsa?
No.
No?
I'm scared.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you show me where the person is? Is it a kid person or a grown-up person?
Okay, first thing I don't like about this is that this mom is involving her kid in it. That kind of bugs me. She wants her 15 minutes of fame, and she's involving her kid in it, which is, it kind of bothers me a bit. The other thing too was that she turned the camera away from the place where the kid is seeing this thing. She turns away, and I mean, a lot of things could have happened. We're looking at this from the mom's perspective. So by turning the camera away, already we've left, and this is me looking at it from a paranormal perspective. I will admit, I probably was straying a little further away from that when I was talking about my thoughts about her involving her kid, but that's neither here nor there. This is more about the fact that she turned the camera away from where the kid was saying there was something scaring in her closet. So then what do? You set up a camera and you watch that footage. You watch that footage. So let's see what happens here.
It's a grown-up person?
It's a grown-up person. Okay. Cool.
You want to wear your Elmo costume?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a grown-up person in your closet?
All right.
And it's right there?
Yeah. It's my closet.
It's your closet. Say, go away, person.
And again, we turn the camera away. We turn the camera away. It's a cursor. No, I don't think it's a cursor.
You're scared?
Yeah. I'm a person.
Okay, well, we'll get rid of the person.
So the theory of kids being able to see what grown-ups can't, that has been something I've heard often in paranormal circles. Do I buy into that completely? It's still something of a hard sell for me, and here's why. I remember being a kid, obviously. I remember being a kid, and I didn't have, my imaginary friends were all my stuffies. That was my thing. I had a vivid imagination as a kid. but I never saw people that weren't there. I did not necessarily hear voices that weren't there. I had some pretty intense dreams as a kid, but that was about it. Now, Luna brings up something. What about pets? I do think that pets pick up on something a little more. Well, for one thing, their eyesight is different from ours. Their hearing is different from ours. And I remember Jason Hawes, for a couple of seasons, he would bring in Maddie, which was one of his dogs. And he would take Maddie onto some sites. And I think some of the creepiest stuff that Ghost Hunters has ever caught involved Maddie. Because there was one where they were walking through, I think, an old hospital. Not the old hospital on College Hill, but a hospital. They were walking along, and suddenly Maddie stopped. I mean, it was just like she's walking. You don't hear Jason give a command. You don't see Jason tug on the leash at all. But suddenly Maddie just comes to a stop. Actually, no, Maddie wasn't even on a leash. This was a very well-trained dog, right? And it just stopped. And it just went like that. Just a soft little warning shot. Like, whoa. And then that dog, and then like seconds later, it suddenly skitters back. It's like it was the scariest thing I think I've ever. Well, one of the scariest things I ever saw in Ghost Hunters. So I think it's more possible with pets than it is with kids. But that was an extremely inconclusive video, and honestly, what the mom should do, if the kid is that freaked out, the mom should go on ahead and do a standard camera, point it in there, see if she picks anything up, and if she doesn't, then she sits down with her kid and go, now watch this video, blah, 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 blah. See, there's nothing there, let's go on. If something is there, then she's got to bring in like other paranormal investigators. But, okay. So let's see, we've seen that video. The other thing, though, is if you're doing stuff like that and you're involving your kid online, I have thoughts. I mean, and I'm the first one to admit it. I have a video of me with my kiddo. We did 2 of these videos. We were basically doing a spoof of Man versus Wild. We called it Man versus Child. And there was one where Sam was 2 years old, and there was one where Sam was 3 years old. And they were fun to do. But people were saying, you should make an entire series of that. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. 1, it was just taking up too much time. 2, I didn't know how Sam would feel about that. And 3, especially when they would reach a certain age, whether it's tween or teen, it starts to get awkward. And I just did the 2 episodes. They were fun. I'm glad I did them. Real reason the kid is a better actor. Well, that too, Richie. You've met my daughter, so you know exactly. But there's that. Okay. So I have thoughts. Anyway, so let's go back to this one video. We've got one video that you should remember. Don't watch that video alone. Now here's the second video that we're not supposed to watch alone. All right. So obviously we are now doing, second verse, scary as the first. We'll have to see. But this is a homemade spirit board. Okay, it's a homemade spirit board. Now, yeah, they're more commonly known as Ouija boards, but remember, Ouija is the brand that was started up by the Parker brothers. Across time, they've been known as spirit boards, or the Ouija board, if you want to call that. And we are this one's homemade, so props to them for doing some home crafts. And of course, they've dimmed the lights, they got candles lit, and as far as we know, they've started it up. Let's see what happens.
What's up? Ja, jeg tror dere må liksom invitere den, da, på en måte. Ja, men si hei, da. Hilse. Ok. Stav, hei. Ja. Hei. Det går ikke, da. Det var det mye. Fy faen, ass. Ta ned på god dagen. Det er ikke lekser, det går ikke. Kødder du nå?
All right, let's see this again. Let's see this again. So they're goofing around with a homemade spirit board.
Ja, jeg tror dere må liksom invitere den, da, på en måte. Ja, men si hei, da. Hilse. Ok. Stav, hei. Ja. Hei. Det går ikke, da. Det var det mye. Fy faen, ass. Ta ned på god dagen.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if that's an optical illusion or not, but watch what happens when she picks up the glass. Let me see. I'm trying to. I don't think I can blow up the video anymore. No, I can't. It just does the text. Dang it. Okay. Watch how she picks up the glass.
Ta ned på god dagen.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look at the glass one more time. So she tops off her soda.
Ta ned på god dagen.
No, okay, so.
Det er ikke lekser, det går ikke.
Well, obviously there's nobody. Okay, so disclaimer: there's nobody underneath the table. There's nobody underneath the table.
Helvete, hele den driten ringer jo.
What did she do with the glass?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. The glass, that was interesting. But these are all, I mean, I don't know about the glass, but the chandelier could easily be rigged. The chandelier could easily be rigged. It depends on the intent of the people shooting the video. This is kind of a harder sell. Because the other thing I noticed too is that, okay, the thing that I find a little sus, the thing I also find a little sus is this, right? She takes the drink, slides over, okay, pretty effing creepy. That's interesting, right? Oh, and she's all freaked out. Oh. Where's the glass? Where's the glass? You mean to tell me that you have something happen, right? And then you're not going to drink out of that glass, but it's gone. It is absolutely gone. So later in the night, they just said, yeah, that was pretty freaky what happened to the glass. Let's get it out of here. Burnett's hand was under the table when that happened. Oh, let me see that. Hold on. Let me see that. Look at that. Good catch. Good catch. And it stays under the table. It stays under the table. Now, one way you could pull that off And it's a real simple trick. You just need to have, and if her hand is underneath the table like that, she could easily have a magnet underneath that and just drag that sucker on over. Because the thing I'm noticing too is, like I said, this glass is conveniently now completely out of the picture. I mean, it's not even up here. It's not even down there. It's just gone. And it's a little. These are the kind of details you got to get into when it comes to debunking this stuff. She offers a drink to her friend, but did you notice that on neither side of her friend is there a glass for her to drink from? So, yeah, sus. And then we have this little trick right here. And what? Yeah. Cute, ladies. Very cute. Very cute. You have a lot to be proud of. Congratulations on your 15 seconds of fame on the Tickety Talks. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I'll go ahead. Nice try, though. Nice try. Nice try. You know. Bluetooth voice activation. Who knows? Okay. It depends on how techie the girls are. That is going to be the big thing. How resourceful are these ladies? And you know, STEM is a thing. It's a worldwide thing. So who knows? Okay, here we go. So again, don't watch that video by yourself, everybody. Don't watch that video by yourself. Now here's the third paranormal video you shouldn't watch by yourself. Something. And this is going to be nearly a minute. All right, so here we go. All right, so my first red flag on this. My first red flag on this. Bro, that is not the way you wear a baseball cap. You better be having a bad hair day. But you should not be wearing a baseball cap like that. Okay, bro? There are just some things that I have a low tolerance for, and that's one of them. All right. So, Fred Durst vibes. And here we go.
Something is watching me. If you've had the feeling, you know what I'm talking about. I'm playing only up in my office. Something keeps passing by this window. I just propped up the phone here, and I'm gonna play. If you're walking by my office, I want you to knock it off. Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? This thing's so...
Do I have to watch this all the way through? Do I have to watch this all the way through, chat? Do I? The unanimous... Bruh, no. Just, no, please. Please don't. Please don't. I mean... What?
Thursday is one of my days off.
Why are people...
Off days I start drinking at noon.
Why do they do this?
You don't get to interrupt that.
Oh, my God. I mean, well, that's the thing, isn't it? I got to see what happens next. I want to see if he catches a shadow figure. I want to see. Come on, hands up. There are some people watching chat right now that are like, no, I want to see how far he pushes it. I want to see how far he pushes it. Are you telling me right now nobody in chat wants to see how far this nutnig who doesn't know how to wear a baseball cap? I do want to see. Okay. Because, I mean, come on. He's wearing the baseball cap backwards. He's asking for it. I love the comments right here. Proceeds to watch alone. First video. Kids don't lie at that age. It's the truth. Hides in the comments section. Parents should be never ignored what kids are saying. They see what we cannot. Oh, you poor misguided soul. Never watch these alone. Me watching them alone. Okay. Going to the bathroom while you do this. I do want to see how good he is at trying to BS. See, that's the morbid fascination. This is why videos like this get, dear God, they have nearly 2,500 comments and over 330,000 likes. Okay, so what else is flying? Come on. What's next?
You need to get out. Dude. Will you knock it off, please? You got to get out. You're gonna lock.
All right. Who had shadow figure? Who had shadow figure? I mean, I will say, props to this guy's kid for wearing a bed sheet. For wearing a bed sheet.
You got to get out. You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving?
He's got, you're absolutely right, Spence. He's got mad filmmaking skills. He's got mad filmmaking skills. Oh, now I'm going to call that one right there. I'm going to call that one right there. This is clever. Yeah, and very nice house, by the way. Very nice house.
You're going to lock yourself in the laundry room again?
Now, hang on. I want to see if I can pause this. 3. Anybody want to take a gander at this? Look at this. Focus, 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 focus. Blurry. I mean, wow. Wow. This guy has got mad Steve Prozac shippy vibes happening. Oh my God, dude. But you know what? I'm going to go back to what one of my mods of the most and one of my team members over at OSI, what Nick Spencer said. Mad. I mean, rock solid filmmaking skills. You know, I mean, because even if you look up this video, you can actually see the string. The string is just masked out, but you can make it out right about here, in the lower right corner. But this was I'm at least give him this. I'm gonna give him. That was well put together. That was well put together. I'm sorry, Cammie. The best viewers are already here. Thank you very much. The best viewers are already here. And unfortunately, you are not. Bless. Bless everybody. Bless. Namaste. Bish. Okay. And I get some twerking from Luna. Thank you, Luna. Okay, everybody. We're not done yet, though. We're not done yet. There were 2 people that I did want to shout out that have got some good stuff on here. Let's take a look at this. Gunslingers Gulch, Anaconda, Montana boarding house. Entity opens door in front of property caretaker and team. Is this 100% proof of the paranormal? These are our friends over at Haunt Hunters. That's Styles, who's been working really hard to actually build up some credibility for debunking of late. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy, and they've had some really good live paranormal streams. What is he saying here? Is this 100% proof of the paranormal? Door is unable to swing as shown, so walking by does nothing. Door was sealed. No one was inside the bathroom. Property caretaker was with us when it happened. Okay, so let's see what we got here.
Hey guys, so right from the start you can see the seal on the left side. The door is sealed. My arrow's pointing at it. Door is sealed closed.
Something that you guys have been finding up here, have people been alone, or if they have like a group with them
We've
up here?
had people alone and also in group, and we've even had stuff up here that has made skeptics kind of started thinking.
Huh. In this very... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You heard it click open, dude.
That door just opened. Is that here? Let's walk back.
Well, the first thing I noticed is that it's not. So this is Styles right here. and you've seen him on here before. Haunt Styles, also Haunt Hunters, and it looks like he's with some other friends of his. But the thing I just noticed in this clip was they closed the door, but you didn't hear it click. And unfortunately, I can't make the video any larger, so that's on me. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Floating player. Auto scroll is off. Okay.
You heard that bitch click open, dude.
I think that door may have been open, but it definitely
No,
moved.
it was.
It moved open, and it's got some. I mean, it's a light door.
I'm not live, but
Yeah, so I think it was open because I could see it through.
Okay, for those of you who can't read that, because I can barely read it, we went through. This is not what I would call the best TikTok video. I would give a wag of the finger at Styles, saying that's way too much text for a vertical video, which is why I am refusing to shoot anything in vertical, even though there is this thing there's this thing going around where people are saying YouTube prefers vertical video over horizontal video. One, I find that hard to believe. Two, I can't find any kind of corroboration of that online. And three, even if that were the case, if you want to do that, you go ahead. We're not doing that at OSI. I'm not going to compromise depth of field and the full screen ability to go horizontal than to do this because of this exact reason. Because of this exact reason. But in this blurb of text here, it says, we went through earlier footage and the door is not open at all. It didn't open until we were all upstairs and across the hall in the bedroom. We cross-referenced video and saw the door was in fact all the way closed, as you can see the seal in the beginning of the video. All right. So I don't think this is their own video. I think they're basically running this through a debunk.
Through the window on the outside, but that definitely moved.
No, it 100% moved.
Because where else would that sound would come from?
Right.
Well, I saw it. No, I caught it.
Hey guys, so right from the start, you could see the seal on the left side. The door's
I mean, Not sure what to make of that. One of the other problems that I have, and like I said, I don't know if this is... Okay, so what I'm looking right now is they tagged PSI Paranormal. And follow for more ghost hunts and live interact. So this could be their video. And the one thing I would say in harsh criticism of this, if this is in fact Haunt Hunters, one, these guys know better. I trust them. I like what they're doing. But the thing that I'm kind of wondering about is, why is this cameraman so far away from the door? If the door is sus, have a camera right on that puppy. I mean, have it right up on it. Otherwise, talking about it doesn't quite go there. Hey, how you doing there, Zeno? So yeah, kind of tough. Now, closing, we're going to go to a dear friend of this channel, somebody that we love, and you know her. This is Holly Weird Paranormal, Haunted LA Girl. You're going to want to give her a follow. And I wanted to see this because this whole thing about Holly Weird, this was her first ever visit to Gettysburg. And I wanted to see, I haven't watched this. So this is brand spanking new. Let's see what we got here.
Here present with me. I was also told about stories of people hearing what sounds like children. Other stories, a part of this bed and breakfast is seeing apparitions of Union soldiers, hearing their footsteps in the attic and on this floor when you're, I guess so. So am I talking to a Union soldier as of right now?
So just so you know what she's using, she is using GhostTube Vox, and behind her you'll see a dead bell. Dead bell is a new product from the folks over at Ghost Stop. It's been getting mixed reviews. Some people really enjoy it. I know that that Tammy really likes it. There's some other people that are like, it's a little sus. But I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it. It's definitely got a lot of. Some people either think they either love it or they hate it. So yeah, you have a safe drive back, Scott. So make of that what you will. But that is what's going on there. So she is at her haunted bed and breakfast in Gettysburg, PA. The bell just went off, and she's using Ghost Tube Vox. Let's see if she catches anything.
Hearing their footsteps in the attic and on this floor when you're... I guess so. So am I
She's
talking
delightful.
to a Union soldier as of right now? Is there a Union soldier here? Do you need help? Perfect. Welcome. Can you tap the bell to let me know how many of you guys are here? Tap it to count how many soldiers are here. Is there one? Are there two? Are there three? Are there four? Are there five? Are there six? Are there seven? Okay, there's 7 of you. All right, it's a party. And this just went on saying something. So there's 7 of you guys here present with me.
Okay, it's a party. So here's the thing that's interesting about, and I it would have been really interesting if it actually had gone off 7 times. I think that would have been a bit more compelling. But what I do find interesting about that is that it did go off at 7. And something to know about the properties like the bed and breakfasts and things like that. Yes, Gettysburg has its fair share of haunted restaurants and haunted bed and breakfasts. And one of the reasons why was because if it was a building, if there was something in the area that could serve as any kind of hospital or command setup, yeah, that happened often. That happened often in Gettysburg. So could it be possible? I think a lot of it has to deal with one thing I don't know about Tammy's setup there was how sensitive she had set the dead bell on. How much reliance does Tammy have on said dead bell? She also had Ghost Tube Vox running, but yeah, there are a lot of factors involved in her investigation. And while I would not debunk that, because quite honestly, how could you debunk it? I mean, unless you could say, well, the dead bell is questionable for a device. I know that Phil's got some interesting results from it, and I also know that Tammy has said she's gotten some results from it. So if you're putting your faith in the dead bell, then I would say that lends that clip for something compelling. That's definitely a compelling result. I know I would love to somehow either. Well, actually, we're trying to see. We're trying to see if we can get Tammy out here for an investigation. Still a big question mark. We're going to try to figure out where and when we can make it happen. But yeah, she's one of those people I trust, and I love watching her. Make sure to give her a follow on Tickety Talk. Make sure to give her a follow pretty much everywhere you find Holly Weird Paranormal. Tammy's pretty awesome. She's great. Hey, how you doing there, Sonny? And with that, we reach the end of part 1 of issue 17 of the Grim Gazette. We will be coming back in just a few minutes with part 2. And yeah, remember, if you want to have a weird article that's featured in the opening, but if you've got a paranormal clip you'd like me to kind of analyze and take a closer look at, by all means, please make sure to drop that in the Discord in the room called Grim Gazette. You can also leave us a comment on the different episodes that we have of Grim Gazette available over at YouTube. So there are all different ways that you can be a part of this. And the more audience participation we have, the more stuff we have to comment on. But right now we are up on a break. So please make sure to take care of yourselves. If you haven't had water, please get some water. If you haven't hydrated in any way, please do hydrate because, hydrate or dihydrate. Want to make sure you're taking care of yourselves. The other thing you want to make sure you do is stretch. Get in a stretch. Walk around a bit. Just take care of yourself. And if you haven't taken your meds, please, if you haven't taken your meds, take your meds now. That would be good. All right, everybody. So we will be back right after this break. Remember, stay weird. Okay. Now we're actually going to take a break. The break usually lasts about 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, because I've also got to get pumpkin for this guy. Because he loves his pumpkin. He loves his pumpkin puree. So I got to get him some pumpkin. You need to make food for your meds. Okay, well then, make some food for your meds there, Bear. You need to take those meds. You need to take care of yourself. Hope you're doing well, Bear. Hope you're doing well. Your name's come up a couple times. All good. So there's that. And what else? Yeah. Okay. So how it's going to go is I'm going to do a second intro, and then I'm also going to do, along with a second intro, I'm also going to be doing a goodbye in this after the end of the second half. But I'm not going to go away. We still have some stuff to talk about. But I'm not hungry. I got the dates mixed up for my onboard packet, which might affect my pay for the job. So anxiety go burr. Okay, so here's what you do, Bear. If you're not that hungry, just make a snack for yourself. It doesn't have to be a full-blown meal. If you want to just have a snack, like a granola bar or half of a granola bar, or even a you have water though? Okay, well at least you got water. At least you're hydrated, okay? Just make sure that you don't lose the sync with the meds. I guess that's what I'm trying to get across to you. All right, Bear. Yeah, as far as the break goes, the break is going to be just for about 10, 15 minutes. When we get back, we're going to go into a deep dive. What's the deep dive for tonight, everybody? I don't know. I honestly don't know because, there's like I said, it's been kind of a chill extended weekend, not much really going on. But if you've got any questions for me, any questions you have concerning what we do over at OSI or stuff like that, well, now would be a good time to ask. But right now, let's just take that break, okay? I'll be right back with his pumpkin, my further hydration, and other stuff. We'll be right back.
I'm willing to bet probably Steps.
He is Steps because I am at drill and he is not here. And over there.
I don't see him.
Yep, there he is.
Got him.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
This is what the taken feel. Revel in this. One down. That's two. Seconds left. Bury another.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take that. That felt really good. That felt really good. Come on, give me some hype in chat. Give me all your hype emotes in chat.
Let's go, baby.
Do it. Do it, baby.
All right, I've got a super going.
All right, they are right in front of you. Throw it. Hit it, baby.
Yeah,
Hit it.
I got some, baby.
Oh my God, he got him. He got his first invader kill.
Let's go, Chad. Can we get some hype and chat, baby? I got another one. I got another
There
one.
we go.
Let's go.
All right,
I don't
Chad.
care. I'm camping spawn right now. It's a black guy doing this. And I'm back, baby. All right, let's kill this primeval and go home.
Yes.
Woo!
All right, melt the primevals, fire team. Melt the primeval. Let's make this happen.
Let's go. Oh, I'm dead. Let's melt this, baby.
Let's hit this. Let's hit it.
All right,
Hit it,
let's
baby.
go out on a
Hit it
win,
with everything
folks.
you got. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah,
Let's
we did
go.
it, baby.
Let's go. How many did you take out? How many did you take out?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I
Well,
took
no,
out like
it'll
maybe
say in your
2 or
stats.
3.
It'll say in your stats.
It'll say my stats. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Chad. Come on.
Let's do this. Oh my God! He was one away from the army of one. Let's go!
Yeah! Oh my God, we did it! Woo!
Through a grant from No Kid Hungry, which was a majority of our resources, right? To be able to purchase this truck and get it going. So families have a hard time to get from one place to another place. And I was like, man, why can't we be the ones to get to them, right? And we could lift off that burden, you know, eliminate that barrier and be able to serve our students, our families, in a way that they feel like we actually care for them.
Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, aka Blind Gamer Steve. I'm a content creator and accessibility advocate and consultant in the video game industry.
My name is T Morris. People call me T, they call me T Monster. I also go by Twitch Dad.
When I started looking into wanting to stream, I had known this dude here for about, I think about 10 years at that point. 10 years. And so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you know what? I know you play Destiny. Would you be cool kind of helping me and guiding me through the game? I've never played it before.
This is when I gave you a little bit of honesty. I said, are you sure you want me? Because you see me play, so you know how bad my aim is. It'll be the blind leading the blind. And he went, that's what we'll call it.
All right, there's the Traveler. There's the Traveler in front of us. Let's go. Walk forward. Walk forward. I want you to enjoy this.
As someone who has a disability where it affects my vision and it is hard for me to be able to play games in general, having someone take the time and guide me through being able to play a game and not try to rush me through things, that meant the world to me.
Where's that? All right. Oh, there he is.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah!
In any other game, it's usually people don't want to play with a disabled person, whereas with Destiny, I can jump in with T, I can jump in with my friends, and even when we just jump in with random blueberries in the community, we can still be able to help each other out, and that's why I love Destiny.
Did you shoot my friend? That was a bad choice.
It's all about being able to reach out and pick someone up and being like, we can do this together. And that is being a hero. It's being able to lift everyone else up.
It's not about you. It's about the fire team. That's what makes a good guardian, is when it's about reaching the end goal and reaching it together.
Still going off in there, Tina? I would like the cat balls. Someone needs some cat balls.
What was that? What was that?
Someone needs some cat balls. You have.
What is that? What is that? Do you hear that, Pip? It's a very, wow, hang on. It's a very rushed, it sounds like a rushed whisper.
Someone needs some cat balls.
Yeah, I thought it was something on the floor, but it's not.
Someone needs some cat balls.
I'm now slowing it down to 175. I'm hearing turn around. Does anyone else hear that? Turn around?
It's not quiet on this side of the REM pod.
Oh no, I can. We can all hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something. I'm try.
Okay, so Steve says I'm going to try something. I'll hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something. I'm try. Sitting down.
Oh God! I actually saw it move.
I've got some. I'm going to do that right over here. And then I'm going to drop that in and go shadow. Please make my shadows black so it pops a little harder. 100% opacity. 7 on the edge. Actually, let's tighten that up a bit. 5 pixels. There you go. Boom.
Oh God! I actually saw it move.
Really?
I saw it move.
I have never seen Sebastian with that look on his face. Are you? No, it's not that, Scott. It's not that. It's are you seeing this? Chat, I want you to look into my eyes. I want you to look in my eyes, chat. Sebastian, the beautiful one. I want you to look into my eyes. And I'm going to tell you something right now. This is the face of someone who was on his last fuck. This is someone who is on his last fuck. It's happening, chat. What's happening? And here I was worried that I didn't have anything to do on the stream, and I think I've got it now. It's basically Gamer Cat Cam. He's turned back into his teen years. I know, right? Benedict, are you okay? All right. So, right now I'm just waiting to see if we have another visitor pop up. Because I know, that's very sinister music. I know we have at least one other cat in here. Because I successfully got Benedict's pumpkin. But chat, there's another cat in here. I know he's in here somewhere. Just keeping an eye out. Keep an eye. There he is. There he is. What do we got? Just a Hicks? Ah! 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 That is a Hicks. Myth confirmed that is in fact a Hicks. I know, right? Secondhand, that is a Hicks. So Benedict has got his pumpkin, and that is Hicks. And
whew, they've gotten huge. And here's the funny thing. Hicks is not the biggest of them. Hudson is he's a hardcore bruiser. Hudson's a bit of a brawler, but yeah, that's Hicks up there.
I got treats and now I have apples. How is see what's up here? Hi, Chad. Hey, Dad. Can I be the next gamer cat? I want to learn how to play the video. He goes, hi, Uncle Benedict. Hi, Uncle Benedict. Not now. Not now. I'm in my pumpkin zone. Okay. I'm gonna come over here. Because I'm Hicks. I'm looking for more treats. I'm leaving.
Okay. Let me just check and see. First off, I always have to check. Easy out there. Okay, you ate most of it. And now the kittens have all arrived. All of the kittens have arrived. Keep a watch out here, Sam. There's my exercise for tonight. Okay. See, now Dorito is going to be going off with Sam once Sam gets their own place. And then everybody will be down to a 6-cat household because Hicks and Hudson aren't going nowhere. So there's that. All right. Let's see. All right. So, thought I'd gone ahead and talk a little bit about some stuff today. You know, some new stuff, or I should say, stuff that's new to me, and something that I wanted to point out to everybody. And I'd be really interested to hear what you all think about this little something that I personally discovered, today. Okay, so first off, have we gotten a response yet? Nope. But it does look good. Everything looks good here. Okay. Anyway, so here's how this is going to go, everybody. This is the second half of the Grim Gazette. What we're going to do is I'm going to bring us in with another intro, do the same intro as I did before. We're going to talk about the paranormal deep dive, and then after we do the paranormal deep dive, then I will wrap up the Grim Gazette, and then after I wrap up the Grim Gazette, then I'll come back for some post show banter, professional talking, that sort of thing. All right, everybody. So if you're all set, here we go. Just let me first do this. Let me first take out the synth wave, okay? And let's start the second half of the Grim Gazette. I'll just turn up the sound there. Okay. And here we go. and welcome to the second half of issue 17 of the Grim Gazette. I am your host, one of the co-founders of OSI, which stands for Old Spirits Investigations. My name is T. You can call me T. You can call me T Monster. You can call me Twitch Dad. And I am one of the founders of this 3-year-old, coming up on 3 years, 3-year-old investigative team that is myself, Phil Rossi, our wives, our family members when they want to come and join us. And, you know, I've noticed too that our daughter has not been on a paranormal investigation for a while. And I just want to make sure, because they're in chat right now, I just want to make sure that they know that at any time, if they want to come and join us, the invite's open. But yeah, almost 3 years, Bear. Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. If you don't want to come with us, that's fine. If you don't want to come with us, that's fine too. That's okay. But you know, I just want to make sure you know. And right now we're at the deep dive section of the Grim Gazette. This is where I take a more detailed look into something that's going on in the paranormal circles. But you know, it's been weird since Penhurst Paracon. It's been kind of chill. It's been kind of chill. But I did make a discovery today that I wanted to share with everybody. And I think it's pretty freaking cool. So I'm going to go on ahead, and this actually pertains to our daughter who is in stream right now. And I think that this might be something that, yeah, you're going to want to try out on your setup. Because true story chat, something that the kiddo is getting involved in, something that we've been doing for quite some time, virtual reality, VR, virtual reality, and I want to go on ahead and show her as well as everybody else here in chat. I wanted to show you all this. So this is something that Jason Hawes has been doing on his channel, and I think it's a pretty neat concept. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Now, I can go ahead and leave the music playing in the background because this is... No, hang on, secondhand. Hang on. Because this has no music to it. But I wasn't going to hit play and then just leave it in here, all right? Just, you know, chill. I know what I'm doing. Hi, Cammie, how are you? But this is something that's going on Jason Hawes' YouTube channel, and I think this is actually quite cool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and you'll see what we got here. So Jason Hawes is now doing this thing called 360 Tours. And he's kind of walking you through it, but take a look at this. So you go widescreen on your YouTube, and then you can do this. I am clicking and dragging across the screen. And this is quite cool. Now, if you do a full 360 all the way around, that's where you see both JV and the paranormal investigator that I refer to as Stacked, Jacked, and Packed. There he is, Jason Hawes, looking really good. Sorry, just saying it again, looking really good. But this is really cool. With the YouTube app, you can literally do this. If you go, and this is what Jason is talking about. If you go into your phone, and whether it's horizontal or vertical, you could go in ahead and you can go back and forth like this. If you are on the computer like I am, you can go widescreen and then literally click and drag your mouse, and you can join them like that, right? Now, can you imagine shooting this in vertical? Exactly, Luna, which is why I would never do it. But here's the other cool bit. This is something I don't know if Jason knew, so I dropped it in his comments going, look, if you didn't know it, I wanted to let you know. Here's the cool thing about these 360 camera shoots. The other thing you can do with this is you can log into the YouTube app on the Oculus, on any model of Oculus, And when you watch the 360 videos on your Oculus, it is not necessarily virtual reality, but you can basically do this and you see everything around you. It's just, and I want to give my my daughter and anybody else that plays around with VR, I want to give you a little heads up on this. It is a little disorienting, and it is a little motion sickness. I was getting not too queasy, but I was getting a little dizzy because I'm not moving, but the video is moving. And honestly, Aurelis, if you want to have a nice solution for that, they have wristbands that you can pick up that have little like a little bead or something on them, and they have been proven to work. They're for motion sickness, but you can also do this. You can also do this with VR. What you do is you wear these little wristbands, and what they do is they hit certain pressure points, and they actually do alleviate some of the symptoms, some of the nausea that comes with motion sickness. So you might want to try that. But you can actually watch this in a headset. You can watch the 360 videos in a headset, and when you look around, it's like you're right there with them. It's like you're right there with them. And this is some of the stuff that Jason's doing. So, you know, if you want to get a different perspective of where Jason is now, without a VR headset, it does look a little weird. It looks really weird because that's what 360 cameras do. But if you replay these videos, or the ones that these 360 tours that Jason is doing, and you watch them on a headset, it's as close to virtual reality as you're going to get, apart from it actually being virtual reality. Now that's the thing. If it was virtual reality, your surroundings wouldn't move, right? You would basically could look around and walk into another room and go into that other room. This is not that. This is very different. But what I really like about this, about this virtual reality setup that they've got here is, now this one here is the abandoned Norwich Hospital neighborhood. And it's and I went through part of this, but then I did one of their they did, like, I think it's the Wilson Mansion in Vermont, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty freaking cool. And at one point Jason does apologize for all the peni for the different things there. It's not as interactive, but it's really cool in that you can still pause it and look. You can still play it, and as you play the video, you can look around, and in real time, you're looking. It's seamless. You're looking to your left. You're looking to your right. You can turn all the way around, and there's Jason and JV behind you. So it is very, very cool, and I'd be real curious as to hear your thoughts on these types of videos where you can, to some extent, interact, flip perspective around. Because watching Jason do it and then playing around with it in my headset, I was like, oh, shoot, I want to do this for OSI. And what's kind of cool about this is you could do this easily as like a preliminary investigation kind of thing, where you show up. I'll watch you do that, not Jason. Oh, come on. Jason's good people, Aurelis. Jason's very good people, Aurelis. Look, I will tell you, I will never say a bad thing about Jason Hawes because he was such a good sport and such a good guy to me and to everybody on OSI, on the OSI team. They were just super nice people, and Jason was very down to earth. Now this is wild though. Check this out. This is really wild. So again, this neighborhood. Yeah, but who holds the camera better? Listen to you, secondhand. But what's weird about this this particular video is that there is a freaking boat in the middle of all of this. Whoops, hang on. Now I'm getting dizzy. And I'm sitting in my. Oh, now he's doing a pan around. That's why I was like, what the hell's happening? Oh, wait, okay. Jason's turning around. Yeah, there's like a boat in the middle of this entire neighborhood. But this is a neighborhood surrounding one of the hospitals in the in the area. It's really interesting the history and the and what's happening around here. But there's an abandoned, if I'm remembering right, there's an abandoned hospital at the end of this road, and not only was the hospital abandoned, whoa.
Guardian down.
Thank you.
Jeez, cat. Are you happy now? Oh, wait, does that one have Guardian down? I didn't even realize I had that there.
Guardian down.
Okay, so I've got a Guardian down. What's over here?
What a cutie.
Oh, that one.
Hot piece of old man ass.
I forgot I had that one there. I really should. Well, first off, I got to get my shovel back. But then I've also got to go on ahead and I've got to do this. But I wanted to show everybody that this is a really neat, I think it's a really neat way of, it's a really neat way of showing off a place you're going to be at. Whoa. Now, that's using YouTube's controls. Oy vey, that makes me a little motion sick right there. One thing I like about this, I wanted to point that out. Jason just said we're up here because we have access. He makes that very clear. We have access. And you've heard me talk about that before, especially in the United States. It is very important that if you're gonna investigate something, you need to have permission to be on a property somewhere. But I'd love to know what you all think. Would you all like to see OSI try out some of these 360 tours, these 360 approach to things? I'd love to know. By all means, tell me something about your thoughts in the comments. Tell me now while we're in chat live on Tuesday nights. Walker, good to see you. Okay, this is kind of cool. Oh, and I'm getting the twerking from Luna, so I can only assume, Luna, that twerking means you're all for it. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that was very cool. There we go. And as you see, it's a little easier to control when you're not doing full screen. But I just thought that was just a really neat way of showing off a property. And Jason has done this a couple of times. He also did here's the 360 tour, and you see in the thumbnail, you can see that's what the 360 looks like. Without using a headset or anything like that. That's what it looks like. But the one another one I did was this one. This one was kind of cool too. This is the Wilson Castle. That's what it is. Wilson Castle in Vermont. And this place looks amazing. And I'm looking at this going, yeah, I want to crack at this place. And apparently, this is one of the ways they're making money is they are inviting people to come in and do paranormal investigations. Now we have to find out how much it costs to rent out a place like that. But would I want to crack at a place like that? Yes. I know it's already been investigated, but I'm fascinated by this. I'm absolutely fascinated by this. The place has got some history. This place has definitely got some history. And I actually watched Jason's investigation of it, and not bad. I believe they caught like a voice or two, and it'd be worth the trip. It would definitely be worth the trip. And that's actually something else I wanted to talk about in the deep dive, because really, it's been kind of slow this week, paranormal wise. There hasn't been really a lot of drama, and we've already talked about some of the stuff that. Listen to you. OSI hasn't, so you have to investigate it. Well, that's the plan. That is the plan. I actually told Phil, because so here's the long and short of it. And this is one of the things that Phil and I had to talk about last week. We had at this time, we had nearly the entirety of season 3 shot. We had so many places that we had covered by this time already. And then we had all these other extra bonus places. Like after we had visited Pennhurst, just Phil and me, in 2023, we still hadn't we had booked Bird Theater, and then we were talking to the folks over at the distillery. We did those two in June. Then in July, we went down to Lynchburg, and we had one place that we were planning to investigate. We wound up investigating 2 other places because of a weird series of circumstances that I don't necessarily want to get into right now. I kind of want to save that for the episode, provided that we have enough to make the episode. No, Savannah, Sam, was the year before. Savannah was 2022. But by the end of the summer, we had enough captured. We had enough footage that we had all of season 3 taken care of. No, 2022. Yeah, 2022. Believe it or not, that was 2022, Sam. And I'll talk a little bit about that. The reason why we have not made a Savannah show is because, sadly, we lost half of our footage. We lost half of our footage because of a computer failure over at the Rossies, and it was a heartbreaker. So that means we're gonna have to go back. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back. So we're gonna try to find now whether or not we're gonna do it with everybody, or if we're just gonna do it just the 4 of us. That remains to be seen. But yeah, we did learn some things though from Savannah. One, when you do something at Savannah, the best thing to do is to have cameras with you at all times. Don't leave something steady. And the reason why you had fun in Savannah, well, Bear, that's all you got to say. And I'm going to get to that. The first thing, because one of the things that we did in Savannah that I look back on and go, now I was counting on the other footage not being lost. So I sacrificed one of my good cameras, and I did this shot of a grid across the seats. And unfortunately, nothing really happened, which was kind of a bummer. But then I lost all the other footage, which was an even bigger bummer. But so that was the first thing we learned, was that maybe steady cams, not steady cams, that's the wrong word. Maybe stationary cams in one location, not necessarily conducive for when we're doing an investigation in Savannah. Second thing we learned, never visit Savannah, Georgia at the end of July, beginning of August. As my daughter can attest, it was hotter than whale balls down there. Oh my God. It was rough, but Sam still had a good time. So that tells you something about Savannah. It was still a really cool place, but it was a cool place, but it was not a cool place, if you get me. Yes. Sorry about that, Arelis. But yeah, it was rough. It was a rough place. Hey, Bonnie. And what is going on here? Well, what is going on here right now is we are doing a recording of a paranormal magazine. This is the Grim Gazette, issue 17, and that's what we're doing here. So there you go. Oh, and look at this. Secondhand gifting a sub to Aurelus. Thank you for that. That was very kind of you. So that's what we're doing here, Soul Hooked. And right now we're doing the deep dive discussion about what is coming next for Old Spirits and Old Spirits Investigation. So right now what we're doing is we're looking ahead to, right now season 3 is taken care of. Well, it's taken care of footage-wise. Season 4, we only have 2 investigations set. That's not even filmed, just set. So we are now looking at places to investigate. And one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to find places. Yes, we need 200 subs for Titan Taco Tuesday. And sadly, it is the 28th. So we got 3 days to go. 3 days to go. So we'll have to see if it happens, with a miracle mile or not. We'll see. We'll see. It's, you know what? And if we don't make it, it was still a good run. And I'm sure I'll find another time where we can do a fundraiser for No Kid Hungry and a Titan Taco Tuesday. But if you want to guarantee it for the month of June, 3 days. And look at that. Look at that. Already, it's and so it begins. Yep, we got the gifted subs from Walker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You madman. Neptuning, Lexi. Iriska. Ambient Rage and Tempest. You enjoy those tier 1 subs. Courtesy of Walker. Thank you very much. 89 more to go. Only 89 more to go. Thank you, everybody. So, and we have another tier 1 sub bomb from Secondhand. Look at this. Spudnik, Unknown Trash, Mustering Monks? 1Ks and Grumpy Drunken One. Again, you enjoy those. So now we're down to 84. See, it's just that whittling away of the numbers. And we still have, now here's the other thing. It's 3 days to go, but we got 2 streams to do it in. 3 days to go, 2 streams to do it. I think we can make it. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to keep that taco outfit well within range. Well within range. But let's talk a little bit more about what we're planning here. So one of the things that I've noticed about planning a season is, okay, we're working on a budget, and not just a budget of money, but a budget of time. Now, Bonnie, don't get ahead of me here. Don't get ahead of me. Trust me. We have until the end of May, 3 days, as of today, 3 days, and then we'll see if it happens for sure in June or not. And we're making progress, and I appreciate everybody doing that. Thank you very much. I'm always happy when I get the subs. Always happy. But yes, June is literally in 4 days. In 4 days, it is June the 1st. So there you go. Just going ahead and, think about that for a bit and let that,
I suggest you let that one marinate.
There you go. All right. So getting back to it. So when you're starting off as a group, you're working with a budget of not just money, but of time as well. And we're looking at time and travel. And the other thing that I'm trying to get across to Phil is wherever we're going, I want to make sure that the places that we go to, we haven't already covered. There's certain places that I do not, if we don't have to, I don't want to return to the well again. And there are some of the places, the one that pops to mind the most is Gettysburg. And then right behind Gettysburg is Linville Manor, because we did Linville Manor in season 2, and we do a lot of live streams from Linville Manor. On top of that, with Gettysburg, we have done every season. We've always had something in Gettysburg, and season 3, I would prefer not to have Gettysburg, but Gettysburg is sort of there's so much to Gettysburg that I am okay with going somewhere, provided it's a place that we haven't been. So that would mean not going to the Jenny Wade house, not going to the orphanage. But the orphanage has been expanded. They've opened up a back area that wasn't available when Sam and I and Pip and the Rossies all joined us, and we did a big investigation in there. There's this new area that's opened up in the orphanage, and I'm like, oh, okay. The clown place. Now you see, here's where that gets tricky secondhand. I have an open invitation from the good people at Haunt Hunters. They want to take me there. The trick is I have to be able to work in there a trip out west, and chances are I'm going to go by myself. So if I go by myself, then that means time that I would have to ask off work. I would have to budget for that. And if I really wanted to truly budget for it, I would also have to budget around things like TwitchCon, which I'm also trying to save up for. And so could I take Doug? Well, see, here's the thing there about that, Bonnie. See, where I've been thinking a little bit about this too, because I've had a lot of people ask me about, what you could do this, you could do that with Doug, you could get a whole bunch of people. So here's the thing about me taking Doug on an investigation. Getting to that one, hold that thought. See, I want to take Doug to a place that I know is going to break his brain. And the problem with taking him to the Clown Motel is that I'm going into the Clown Motel with a very side-eye, cocked head, kind of like, okay, are we making this place more active than what it should be? Because I'm having a tough time buying into this Clown Motel. I've been very skeptical of the Clown Motel ever since I first saw it. So, well, and that's the thing too, Sonny. There've been a lot of groups that have gone in there, and they do their brah, it's haunted brah kind of moments. But Haunt Hunters really want to take me there. They really want to take me there, and that's not the place I want to take. I want to take Doug. I want to take him to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. And I want to see if I can sort of, open his mind to the possibility that there is something other. The Clown Motel feels like it's leaning in a little too hard. Whereas Trans-Allegheny is like, we got some history. And that's why I love that place. Now, are we going to investigate it in time for season 4? I don't know. It's so close, we should go for it. But again, that's a place we have to budget for, because that place isn't cheap. That place is an investment. Trying to think of some other places that you know what? I wouldn't mind taking Doug to Linville. And where the thing was crawling on the floor, that was the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. That's what that was, Aurelius, which is one of the other reasons why I want to get in there. But Secondhand actually mentioned lighthouses. And I would not hesitate going to a lighthouse if we could get access to it. You think, Sonny, you think Doug is more suited to Linville? I think it would be too. And they are. Oh, Luna, they are such a vibe. And St. Augustine, when it comes to lighthouses, St. Augustine is at the top of the list. I would love to investigate the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Now, there are lighthouses in the area that I would love to visit. Going into the Outer Banks, I know that there is access at Currituck. There is no longer there is access to on no. It's not Body, it's the other one. It's the one they moved. Hatteras. Cape Hatteras. Now, here's where it gets tricky though. I know that Hatteras, and I also think Currituck, they're on state park properties, which means it's kind of a process to try to get an access to that kind of that kind of lighthouse. Versus St. Augustine, where that is owned by other people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know this place is on it. It's got some juju about it. You want to investigate it? Here's the cost." Now, I can always send out a query and go, "Hey, are you interested?" And we see what happens next. There are some lighthouses up north that Phil, and that's the other thing too, Phil wants to go north. And I think he wants to go north because he's got family up there and he wants to, be able to say hey to his dad and his mom and things like that. And let me tell you something, Papa Rossi and Mama Rossi, yeah, they got game. I love the two of them. They are so nice and so much fun. And there are some places that he wants to go up there, but I know there are also some lighthouses up there. And but I would truly love investigating a lighthouse. And a free place to say exactly secondhand, exactly. Using the Rossi's house as a base of operations, I'd be all about that. Not a problem with that at all. But I would want to and I would say this too, I because it's easier for us to get away. But yeah, Sam, because Sam's got some history, if you will, with the lighthouses in the Outer Banks. If you wanted to come with us on that, I would be hard pressed for you to say no on that. But I will say, I would add to that. Sam's got some other travels that she's going on, and well, you've been there before. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by history. Bonnie. Sam's been going with us to the Outer Banks. I shouldn't say it was a baby. So, reasons. Anyway, when you were but a wee bairn, you were small back then. Any small. Anyway, and one of the things that I would want to find out. Also, Sam's got a lot of travel coming up this year. So, this academic year. So I just wanted to make sure that if we did that, if it didn't happen in the Outer Banks in season 4, I would definitely want it to happen in season 5. But these are all things that we're currently kicking around is, okay, where are we headed? Because we've got to get stuff locked into the calendar so that we know where we're going. And no, it's not 2025 now. Calm down, Bonnie. It's not 2025 now. Going across the big pond. That's going to happen. That's going to happen secondhand when Phil and I can go full time, I think. We would have to have at the very least 100K subs and super active people in that subs, following us. So I'm just saying. But one thing I would say that I would like to see us do is I'd like to see us target some places up north and lock in some dates. The only place that I'm even remotely thinking about going back to that we've been before, but I'd like to go back to because we didn't have the right equipment, I think, to truly investigate it. There is a place, and I know I've mentioned it before, but it's called the Blackburn Inn. And they're based out of Stanton, Virginia. This place used to be a lunatic asylum. It used to be an asylum. And the guy that ran it was an absolute nightmare. He actually was big on eugenics. So that should give you something to consider there. And And on top of being big on eugenics, he was yeah, I know. The wilder part of this asylum is that it's been turned into a boutique hotel. It's been turned into a boutique hotel. And delightful is only that's an understatement, my friend. That's an understatement. And I would not mind going back there and doing a proper investigation, because Phil and I were in over our heads. We didn't have any really good, we didn't have the right kind of equipment, because when we were trying to live stream it, I was live streaming primarily in the dark, and that doesn't make for good content. So that's one place I'm considering maybe we should think, because it's also close, and it's within our budget constraints, I think. And I think if we could just get some stuff locked in, I would probably feel better about season 4. I would prefer not to be making the season up as we go. I would prefer to have it what we did. Look at that. I'd prefer to have it what we did the previous year, where we didn't we weren't making the season as we went. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay, I just realized I wanted to switch cameras. So when I switch this camera, you're probably going to get because I forgot to turn off the intro. So when I hit intermission, we're going to be going back to the intro. So stand by, everybody. I will deactivate this once I can. Yep, called it, and cut that off. There you go. Okay. Having the following season locked in, particularly for investigations, that really alleviates a lot of the stress. Because trying to make a season as you're investigating, you see that with a lot of the teams that are currently doing this full time on YouTube, and quite frankly, I don't know how they do it, because that is just, I mean, they will investigate a place, and within 2 weeks they'll have it edited, they'll have it ready to go, all loaded up, and they'll even have it to a point of where they can do an early release for some of their members. And I don't know how they do it, because you got to remember, while they're doing that, they're at another place investigating. They're still investigating while editing the other thing, the previous. And so I'm just like, I don't know how you do it. I do not know how you do it. So I'm trying to get stuff as fixed and set as possible. And right now that's a little difficult. But season 3, we are still on course. What we got coming up is we got Antietam, which are going to be shorter shows, Wayside, which will be longer shows, and then I believe it's going to go in August. It will be the Distillery, and then September, that will probably be the season finale. And the season finale it's going to be a busy month, September, because that's going to be the old hospital on College Hill. And then after the old hospital on College Hill, we will then turn around and we will be doing our Halloween special, which will be Annaberg. And then if everything works out, knock wood, if everything works out, we will have a holiday special. Where? I don't know. Man, chat's in a very demanding mood tonight, I'm noticing. There you go. Yeah. So anyway, that is the long and short of what's happening at OSI. I wanted to go on ahead and also pass along not only what we're doing over at OSI, but also talk a little bit about what Jason Hawes is doing on his channel, and see if 360 tours were something that you'd like to see us give a try on with OSI. I thought that would be a neat thing to chat about. But as you all know, the Grim Gazette is always filmed live on Tuesday nights here on Twitch. So if you want to join in for that, you know where to find us there. If you can't, don't worry. Edited versions of the Grim Gazette appear on on our YouTube channel, which you're at right now. So if you have an idea, if you've got an article that you would like to see covered on the Grim Gazette, you know what to do. You can join our Discord. You can join our Discord, go to the Grim Gazette room, and feel free to drop in a weird news story. Feel free to drop in a paranormal clip that you think would be a good challenge for me to try and debunk or to try and confirm, because that's something that I'm never shy of doing here. I mean, that was what led us to the thing that happened on Paranormal Encounters over at Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I'm still kind of reeling over that. But if you can't make it to Discord, and if you can't make it here live, well, you always have the YouTube issues, the back issues, if you will. And you can drop a comment there. Drop a link to a weird news article. Drop a link to a paranormal clip. Please make the paranormal clips no longer than 5 minutes. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much as I can in here. And I appreciate each and every one of you being here. As you can see, we have a lot of fun here. And if you want to join us live, great. If you want to give us love on the YouTube channel, even better. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thank you all so much for joining us for yet another Grim Gazette. I hope you've had a great night with us. So until next week, when I come back with more weird news and paranormal clips to look at, do me one favor. Stay weird. That's going to look a lot smoother, once I get this into an editor. And I'm already a few episodes behind, a few issues behind. But I know this was a lighter than usual. Grim Gazette, but I think we made it work. I think we did. I didn't mean it though. I really want to see Phil and I kind of lock in some dates. Right now we have a lot of ideas, but nothing concrete. Although I did want to mention, and this is something I wanted to point out to you, Aurelius. Give me a second and I will do a search for it. Hold on a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I know that's it. Let's see. I know, now I'm keeping Aurelius in suspense here. Hold tight. I'm going to find it. Oh, I think this is it. Oh, this is it. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so. Hey, Aurelius. I don't know if you knew about this, but if anybody wants to take a look at this, this is one of the other places we're going to be looking at. Apparently New York State has a haunted history trail. They have a haunted history trail program, and you can order and have it sent to you for free, a full-on brochure that has all this information here. Yeah. And let's see, what was the, because I know you asked about this secondhand. I wanted to show you. They actually have, I think. Let's see. There is on this New York Haunted Trail, they do have a lighthouse. I'm just trying to find it. And when Pip read it to me, I was like, well, okay, I'm sold. Let me see if I can find it. Bishop Gilson Headstone. Oh, obviously this is not going to be in the edited version, but just so you all knew, and before anybody sends it to me, I purposely did not cover as a weird news story the people that showed up with a headstone of the woman that was shot by Secret Service agents. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but the individual that was basically charging against the Capitol building on January 6th, and she was shot by Secret Service agents, and her family showed up with a headstone, and they just wanted to go into the Arlington National Cemetery and put it in the place, and they were turned away. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because you know what? The minute you rise up against your own government and you take an oath to defend that government, and you're taking the word of a guy who had bone spurs. Yeah. Sorry, you that's not a free pass. So, okay, so it's not in here, or at least it's not listed on the website. But there is somewhere on this website a there's this one right here. I wouldn't mind doing something like this, although I don't know what kind of haunting would be at a place like this. But yeah, going to an old school amusement park and doing this, I'd love that. I'd freaking love that. Oh, thank you, Ambient. I'm sure Walker appreciates that sentiment. So thank you. Thanks for popping in too. Thanks for popping in. Now, Luna, I know you've had a lot of comments about some of the stuff that we've done in the past over at OSI, and you've come in to I think at least one premiere, and you've also been in some of our live investigations. And I was just curious, have you ever done any paranormal investigating yourself? Oh no, Ambient, this is in New York State. This is in New York State. And yeah, I thought it was cool as hell. Let me just do this. Let me do a lighthouse. But it is on the list. It is on the list. This might be it. This is it. This is it. The Dunkirk. This is it. The Dunkirk Historical Lighthouse and Veterans Park Museum. It's in the Allegheny region in Dunkirk, New York. And here's the image gallery. Yeah. I mean, I'd like a taller lighthouse, obviously, but this is a good start. This is definitely a good start. And that's the thing. I would, my question is, why hasn't Virginia done something like this? Like an actual, haunted history trail. And I don't mind saying this secondhand. I'm almost tempted to reach out to the mayor of Williamson and saying, okay, this is what we need to focus on. This is what we need to focus on right here, is doing some kind of haunted trail program and see what we can come up with. And, but actually secondhand, you reminded me too, there were some places that we wanted to hit. There's the, along with the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, there's also the Western State Penitentiary in West Virginia. That's one of the prisons we have on our to-do list. Also, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. One in Moundsville. That's the one. Yeah, that's on our list. Just so you know, secondhand, that one is on our list. And let me see if I can find it here. Brushy Mountain. Sorry, I'm working around a cat. There it is. So, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, historic Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. I'm looking for a very specific picture, so hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me look under images. Do we have any good? This might be the best. This might be the best picture that we've got. Unless I was to go into unless I went into like Google Earth or something like that. Why does this look dim? I don't want to sign in to TripAdvisor. Okay, accept cookies. There we go. All right. So let me show you this place. This is one of the places that is on our list. So this is Brushy Mountain, right? I love haunted stuff and wanting to catch the stream for a while ever since seeing it on Doug. Well, there you go. There you go. Hey, how you doing there, PC? Good to see you, man. I have not returned your text message, and I'm sorry for that. I have been head down at my desk editing the crap out of videos. So there's been that. Now I want cookies. Okay. So, working around a cat is such a relatable thing. There you go. So I'm sorry, I missed your, I would love to one day, but I never knew anyone into paranormal anything. Seems kind of cost prohibitive as a hobby too. I will tell you this about it, Luna. Paranormal investigation is one of the coolest and one of the most unique hobbies you can engage in. It is also one of the most expensive. But can you do it on a budget? Yes. Depending on where you are and depending on what equipment you want to invest in. And the thing that I would say to you is the first investment you want to make is an investment in something to record. So you would want a really good video camera and a really good audio recorder. And then you want to graduate. You want to have a video recorder, an audio recorder, and then maybe an inexpensive portable recorder, like portable video recorder. And that would be for like, you know, hallway shots and things like that. And then after that, you start getting into, okay, let me get an EMF reader. Let me get a really good EMF reader. Let me get an EMF reader that also doubles as a REM pod. Now let me get a REM pod, you know, that kind of thing. But let me tell you a bit about, and then I'm going to answer that question in a second. A little bit about Brushy Mountain State, or Brushy Mountain Penitentiary. Literally, you drive into a valley. You drive into a valley, and there is one road going in and out of this valley. This is in Tennessee. And when you reach the end of the road, that is what's waiting for you. That is what's waiting for you.
Anyone want a hug? No hugs.
Luna, you don't worry. Oh, look at that. My baby resubbing with their Prime sub for 51 months. How about that? Oh, I've had the wrong alerts on all evening. I forgot to make the right alerts. Dang nabbit. There we go. Of course, I fixed them at the end of the stream. Oh well. We got those settings too here. This is what they should have been. That's what they should have been. Okay. Whoops. Oops. But what I was going to say though about this hobby is, one, the only way, Luna, that this hobby could really hurt you, I think, is if you were to try to do it by yourself. And I think it might surprise you how easy you could find somebody that would want to try this hobby out. The trick is finding people that whenever you go out with a group, you want to go with people that you trust. You really want to be with people that you trust. I would have never thought about doing this had it not been for Phil Rossi coming to me and saying, "Hey T, I want to do this crazy thing. What do you think? Should we give it a shot?" And that's how it happened. Now, going back to your original question, what kind of camera? There are all different types of cameras that you can invest in. The kind of camera you want to first invest in is one that allows for infrared filming or night vision. And I can show you, for example, one kind. Let me go to Amazon. And I'll keep it real simple. You do a search over here for Amazon, and I want to say IR for infrared, and then video camera. And you're going to get a lot of different results. Now, let me first warn you about these cameras right here. These three cameras, this one may seem kind of expensive, but then you look and you go, oh, but they come with all these gadgets. That's kind of cool. Here's the problem. The base camera that you're getting is a cheap camera. No, I said IR for infrared. Oh, crap. Thank you. That time I was in intermission. So I did say IR video camera. And you see this one, you get this for $169. You get a camera, but then you get all these cool things with it. Same thing down here, all these cool things with it. And they've got really nice ratings, 5 stars, 5 stars. Here's the problem with these cameras. Sorry about that. Here's the problem with these cameras, though. The base camera is super cheap. Which means you're lucky if it'll last you a year. You're lucky. The fastest one of these types of cameras failed on me, 2 months. And if you're constantly dropping $65 every 2 months for a camera, it's gonna, okay, good night, secondhand. It's just gonna, yeah. Like, here we go. The brand is Siri. I'll say that again for the kids in the back. The brand is Siri. And they promise a lot, but we actually have a 5-minute paranormal, Luna, on our channel where I talk about what to look for in video cameras. Now, let me see if I can find the camera that I would recommend without hesitation. Let's see. That is this style of camera, the small compact camera. Let me see if I can find it. Ordoro is okay. But the one that I swear by is not here. So I do this. You comfortable, buddy? I know you are. Okay. So. And it is right here. This one right here. About $129 in price. And it's got night vision. This one also has night vision. This one, this is actually the one that I have. $150, right? And this one is a very, first off, it's Minolta. So you can trust the brand. And pretty much it is a very reliable camera. And 150 is feasible, exactly. Now, the question is, though, and I get this question a lot, is wait a second. This one is 159, this one's 150, this one's 160. And then you get up to other cameras like the one that I'm using and I swear by. Let me show you this one. Now you see this one, right? $1,600. And the one underneath it is over $1,000. And you're like, wait a minute. What's the difference between these two cameras and the 150 Jobby? They're both, they both do infrared, but one's 150 and these are $1,600 or $1,100 and $1,600. What gives? So the 150, and this is where I really start to nerd out. The 150 works with something called digital zoom. And what digital zoom is digital zoom is where is where onboard circuitry basically zooms in on a camera, right? Zooms in on a subject, and it's using the surrounding pixels to create zoom. It's not proper true zoom. It is a reproduction of what you would do if you would zoom in. That's what the $150 camera does. The cameras at 1100 and 1600 by Canon, those use what are called optical zoom. They're using lenses. And the difference between what you shoot on a Canon XA11 with, that you would cost that. Yeah, fixed resolution, good. It is night and day between the cameras made by Canon versus the inexpensive cameras made by the knockoffs and Minolta. Doesn't mean they're bad cameras. It means they're a different quality of camera. So I would say the 150 Minolta, and then when you're ready to, if you've saved up for it and you've done enough investigations, you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Then you start getting the more expensive gear. And that'll be something else I'd tell you about gear. As far as getting I want to catch a ghost even with a potato camera, it's possible, but it's a lot harder to dismiss as a potato camera if you've got a really nice camera underneath you, right? So basically the Canon cameras are essentially video DSLR. If I understand what you're saying there, PC, yes. It's a bit like when the difference between when you use a camera to capture an image and you've got a proper zoom lens versus when you've got a picture that you've got on Photoshop and you go, oh, I'm going to go on ahead and zoom in using just Photoshop. That's kind of the difference. But we have caught things with our iPhones. And that's another thing you should also not dismiss, Luna, is the camera on your iPhone. If you've got a recent iPhone, like 10 and up, those are damn good cameras. And we've caught some pretty wicked stuff, both audio and video wise. Now, when you talk about audio recorders, you got one. I give you one brand, and trust me, it's one of the best brands concerning audio recording. And I know it. Pip knows it. My buddy in chat, PC, knows it. So these right here are all different Zoom recorders. The Zoom devices are some of the best, inexpensive, and just easy to figure out and work in the field. And I swear by these. I use this one. I use the Zoom H4n Pro. And those those start, it's still, yeah. To give you an idea how good these things are, Luna, I worked with a Zoom recorder for almost 15 years before I finally got a new one. And Instax, I honestly can't say that. H6 is a great recorder as well. It really is. All right, so then if you know what these are, then yeah, that's the. So I would say if you've got a Zoom recorder of any of these variety, if you got a Zoom recorder, if you've got that Minolta $150 camera, and then you've got your iPhone or your Android, you're set. You're good to go. That's all you need. Oh, you're talking about the Polaroid Instamatic. Oh my God. I have thoughts about that too. Now, Ghost Gadget wise, I'm going to recommend two things here. Because this is where it also gets very expensive, is the ghost gear. But here's what I'm going to recommend. I would recommend to you either picking up one of these, because this was my first Ghost Gadget. We actually did. Actually, our review of the Flux 2, it's right here. Ghost Stop has actually embedded our Flux 2 review in here. And what I like about the Flux 2 is is that it measures temperature and it measures motion. And it sends out a field to either side of it. You know, you set it there, it sets it on either side of it. And you got a red light and a green light. And you can basically make the red light and green light mean just about anything. And like you can say green for yes, red for no, red for male, green for female. Were you a Confederate or a Union soldier? Red for Confederate, green for Union, that kind of thing. So that's one device that I'd recommend you'd start with. But if you want to get more for your buck, I would recommend this. There is a device on here that they sell here called a Melmeter. And if you've ever seen any of our, review shows, thank you, PC. So the thing about the Melmeter that I love about this particular model, because this is the Melmeter with the REM attachment. The Melmeter is like a Swiss Army knife. It will measure temperature for you, so it's a temperature gauge. It will also measure EMF for you, so it's an EMF reader. And it's a digital EMF reader, so it's very cool in that respect. But then you can set it into REM pod mode, and then you can set it on its own, and it's got its own kickstand, and that is your REM pod. So for $200, you've got a temperature gauge, you've got an EMF reader, and you've got a REM pod, all in one device. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Bigger fan than the best. Look, Ryan, I already have the best views, and the best views are actually. Did someone already block them? Somebody else got to them. Damn it. But anyway, bye. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Bear. Yeah, I saw that redeem. I was getting into the conversation. So yeah, you were on it. Thank you, Bear. So this would be if you were to have like enough money in your budget to say, okay, I'm going to go on ahead, I'm going to get a ghost gadget. I would either go with the Flux, or if you want to get more for your buck, Luna, I would say get this, because it's more, there's more stuff to it. You can use it for a variety of different things. And I've gotten great results with I've gotten great results with Mel. I've gotten great results with the device I call Simon. And it's just, that's just something to think about. So you can make smart investments. And once you've found somebody that you want to roll with, and you don't have to tell me where you are unless you feel cool about that. Heck, if you want to send me a private message on Instagram, let me know where you are in the world. I mean, I think it's easier now, especially with the internet. I think it's easier now to find people that you can connect with that would want to take people onto a ghost hunt or do a ghost adventure or a ghost hunt or whatever you want to call it. I prefer paranormal investigation because ghost hunt has an edge of you're in Ohio. God, you're in Ohio. Oh, there's so many good places to visit in Ohio. There are so many good places in Ohio. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, no kidding. I prefer pulling a Baggins. I would rather not pull a Baggins, you must know. Wow. You would be hard-pressed, Luna, not to find some people interested in the paranormal out in your area. I'm not sure where he is located, but you can always reach out to Paranormal Encounters, because I know that right now, Connor Biddle is working solo. And it's always nice to be able to have somebody to hook up with and power on through. But yeah, you're definitely in what I would call a hot spot. Yeah. Can we end on a raid on Farron Lunamax? You know what? I wasn't planning on that because, quite honestly, Bonnie, I don't know that streamer. And if I knew that streamer, I would be like, oh yeah, let's do that. But I don't necessarily know that streamer, so I'd have to do a little research on that person before we could do it. I'm looking right now because I should wrap things up. Let's see, who am I? Oh, well, this is fun. I actually know who I am gonna raid. The person that actually inspired this whole thing. Is Loco. Loco is the person that convinced me that I should lean more into the paranormal. And she even recommended that I do this, that I do the Grim Gazette. Now, back then, I didn't know I was going to call it the Grim Gazette, but yeah. So we're going to go raid Loco. Now, you all know what to do. There have been some people who've gotten quite a few of these emotes tonight. But if you didn't get one of these emotes, if you don't have a tier 1 sub, that's okay too. I'm okay with that. Just go on ahead and make your own message. Use your own emotes if you like. But what I'd like to see is that you say in the raid message, it's a tea party, tea with 2 E's, and cheers from the Monster Mash. We are going to go raid Loco. She is whip smart about Twitch. I love working with her. She is an absolute blast. Thank you all for being here. I will see you all Thursday. We will be doing some footage review, and I hope you'll join us then. But thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. You all have a great night, and I'll see you later. Peace.
T-Monster, thank you for the raid. Don't go through the smoke. Careful, you're backing into it. Thank you for the raid. Oh, I need help. There are things happening. There's a thing. That's a thing. It's okay. You look fine. Oh, it's teleporting. Yep, and it teleported. I got it. Dead. Oh my god. T, oh god. T, thank you for the raid. Really appreciate that. How was your stream? What did you get up to? A little bit. I just healed you. A little bit. Oh shit, I'm dying. Oh my god. Careful, there's gas right there. Yeah, you're not supposed to walk into the gas. Yeah. I feel like this door is trying to open. Because there's something black hole. So if y'all are just joining us, we're playing a game called Rip Out. It is a co-op horror shooter. Should we just go next area or go downstairs? That has procedurally generated maps. Wait, 11 minutes. And randomized enemies. It is very fun, and there's also like kind of like rogue-like elements. Like there's like little enhancements, and the map's different, and like so every run is a bit different. He's dead. It's a tea party. Cheers for the Monster Mash. Love it. Welcome on in. Good to have y'all. We're doing some gaming. It is a sponsored stream. So, definitely make sure you don't leave. You're not allowed to leave now. That's the rules of sponsored streams. How is that? Okay, that better not reset my cooldown. Oh my god, I think it did. Oh. Big no, boy, why did you? Big boy. It was already aggro coming at me. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're in the room. I'm out. Sending my dude. Sending my dude. Ah! Please do! Send them at the same time. I'm down. I did. Dead. You're dead? No, he's dead. Oh. Well, I just rezzed myself because I thought you were dead.
Oh. No, I said he's dead.
Ah.
They're full health for you right there. Right in front of me, full health kit. There you go.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
Go. That just ate my ass. What the hell?
These little guys. I need you. I need you.
Why'd they
Give
do
me.
so
Give
much
me. Don't